What up, fam? Hit that like, hit that subscribe. This is A2D Wednesday nights. We'll talk about the NBA playoffs. Phillies, Rays, winners of 2 in a row, another winner of a series, and Eagles bring back Dallas Goedert, and we're going to talk about it. Let's go.
I mean, how silly is that, man? We're talking about practice.
The Philadelphia Eagles are Super Bowl champions. Eagles fans everywhere, this is for you. Let the celebration begin.
What up, everybody? This is A2D Wednesday nights, only on A2D Radio. Every Wednesday, we are brought to you by our doc, Make 'em Yours, Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, locations in Burlington, Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Find them on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. As always, Greg Milanovic, Ryan Oezek, Noe Eaton, Monkey Buckets, Tom Arnone, everybody out there, let's go. NBA playoffs, we'll give you our thoughts. Knicks up 2-0, crazy. We'll discuss it. They're going to beat Boston before we do. This is amazing stuff.
Anybody but the Knicks, right? Anybody but the Knicks.
Yeah, it's due before we do. Phillies versus Rays. Phillies win another series, so that's always a good time. But tomorrow, go for the kill shot.
Yes.
Go for the kill shot tomorrow. You got Jesus on the mound. Giddy up. Next move for me. Yeah, Jesus in Florida. What better place for Jesus at his age to locate himself? Relocate himself at his age. Get on the golf course a little bit more, and go check, go deal, go deal. But Eagles next moves, what are they going to be, if any? And they bring back their tight end on a 1-year deal, $10 million incentive base too. Incentives at the back end of it a little bit on different things. So he's back. Ties into our poll question. With Goedert staying, the Eagles have the best pass catchers in the NFC East. Do you agree or disagree? Let us know. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, that's where we're live. Everywhere you get your podcasts, we're there as well. Yeah, they do. They do. Dallas got better on paper today, for sure. But is it better overall? Right? Like, it's not better than us. They don't have the tight end we have. It's a nice complementary piece to CeeDee Lamb. But I also think, if Pittsburgh's moving on from me like that, says a lot about who he is. And I think we know that already. But super talented, has talent for sure. Washington's not there. I mean, they got a gadget spinner running around the slot, so that's not gonna do it for me. And the Giants think out loud still. So yes, easy agree. I mean, maybe in the whole NFC. I really don't know who does it better. Honestly. AFC, you can make the case always for Cincinnati with the two guys they have on the outside. They don't have the tight end threat we do.
But Gesicki's pretty good.
Pretty good. I don't know if he's Goedert good.
Right. You're right there for sure. Who knows?
He's good. He's good. But I mean, you could even call it a wash because the two guys on the outside are so good. But so are ours. I mean, they're easily the best in the NFC East, and they're 1A, 1B, wherever you want to put them in terms of the NFC. I'm sure there's cases for some other teams that I'm just not thinking about in this moment right now because it's NFC East driven. So I agree. But bigger than that, it's just big bringing them back. We talked about it last Wednesday. We talked about it Sunday on, what kind of deal would bring him back. Somebody mentioned Josh Sweat type deal on that 1 year. I don't remember who that was.
Yeah, I brought that up.
Oh. I want to stand up for you. I mean, think about it. The entire floor is yours. I mean, you might as well just go with the poll next. I mean, there's not a lot to say about the poll. It's an easy agree. In the NFC East for sure.
Yeah, I also agree. I was going to go NFC with the whole poll, but I figured I'd keep it NFC East just because of the moves that happened today. I think, to be honest with you, the closest one to us is Washington over Dallas. I think, McLaurin, even though Debo might be a gadget spinner, I think what they get from Ertz, puts them to me second. But they don't have the running backs that we do that can catch the football. If you want to go deeper, right, at past the tight end position, Saquon catches the ball. You would assume that you're going to see a little bit more Will Shipley this year. He catches the ball. Don't know too much about AJ, but those two do, right? So I absolutely agree. And Tommy, I'm with you. We obviously know that that Pittsburgh didn't want to pay Pickens. So that's part of why they traded him. But he is an absolute head case, right? So that's perfect that he goes to Dallas and gives them just a nightmare now in the locker room. So I agree to Paul. They are the best in the NFC East for sure.
Yeah, I'll agree too. I think it's easy. I'm going to go with the whole NFC. I mean, we just won the Super Bowl, just won the NFC, so how can you argue against it? And correct me if I'm wrong, I believe on the offensive side of the ball, we've only lost Mekhi Becton, and that's it. I think we have everybody else coming back after this Goedert deal.
Starter-wise, yes.
Yeah, starter-wise. So Becton is a big loss, but who cares? Get a different. Stoughton's going to plug someone in and do what he does, and that's really it. As far as pass catching and everything else goes, everyone else is returning. Goddard's always been an injury-prone guy, so I thought we were going to let him go, but reshaping the deal and saving money is huge because I think he plays like 10 to 13 games a year. He's never done a full season, at least from what I remember. I don't remember him doing full seasons.
It's been a while.
So yeah, pay cut for the play cut, and I'm with it. I definitely agree with the poll. We have the best, I would say, in the whole NFC.
Yeah, I also agree, and I know Goedert had to take a bit of a pay cut there, but not as large as I thought he would. I mean, $10 million, that's not a huge hit. A little bit of a hit in the pocket, no doubt. But I think it works out well for Goedert, and most importantly, I think it works out well for the Philadelphia Eagles. They weren't really able to get anybody at the tight end position in the draft that they liked, and they weren't able to secure anybody. They weren't able to trade. They weren't able to find a suitable trade partner to get enough value in return for Dallas. I'll be honest, Goedert coming back here makes the most sense. Was he great last year? No, but he came up big in some big spots. He had a pretty solid postseason, and overall, he's just a good presence. He'll make a play for you when you need. At when it's 3rd and 7, you can go to him. He's going to catch the ball, and he's going to get you 7, if not 10, 12, or 15 yards down the field and secure you that first down and keep the chains moving. And he's a chain mover. That's what he can do. Is he as good as Travis Kelce was when Kelce was in his prime? No, but he's pretty damn good. And it's really important that he's back here with this football team for a variety of reasons. So, and as far as easily we have the best pass receiving core, tight A, you name it. We just won the Super Bowl, for God's sakes. Of course, we have the best weapons in the NFC East. Completely agree. We have the best offensive line. We have the best weapons. And oh, by the way, despite the loss of Milton Williams, I still think we have the best defensive line in at least in the division. So I think we're primed to make another deep run again in the upcoming 2025 season here. If not repeat.
Repeat talk.
I think it's utterly disrespectful to anybody who thinks that this isn't the best receiving group in the NFC, if not the entire NFL. Utterly disrespectful. Okay. I think you could probably make an argument that between McLaurin or CeeDee Lamb or AJ Brown, which one's the best receiver in the division, right? Devontae Smith is by far and away the best second receiver in the division. He'd be a number one on any other, any of the majority of other teams in the league. It's not even close, right? Dallas Goedert, I think, is both underrated and overrated at the same time. People outside of here think that he's overrated, I think, just because, if the Eagles were looking for a trade partner, and I know that they talked to Dallas about, what you wanted to do, he's always said that he wanted to stay here, right? Probably because he knows that we want him here, or we need him here the most. And I think if somebody wanted him that badly, he wouldn't be here anymore, right? But the Eagles obviously didn't get something that they were looking for because they know what it's actually worth. I don't know if it's just me because I get suckered into drafting this dude every single year in fantasy, but Deebo Samuel fucking stinks. He stinks. That dude's terrible, right? I have a buddy who's a Steelers fan who all he did last season was complain about George Pickens. Dude's showing up late to meetings. Dude's showing up late to games. Like, there's a reason that they didn't extend him in Pittsburgh. They don't want to give him money. They don't trust him, right? So I cannot wait for that deal to blow up in Dallas's face. He's going to end up holding out because he's going to want number one money, and he's not going to be the number one because his CeeDee Lamb is in that building, right? Tight ends wise, Theo Johnson's in New York. Okay. Zach Ertz is what? Almost 40 years old. Again, he did a really good job last year, but I mean, we got rid of him, what, 5-6 years ago? He's still serviceable, right? Don't get me wrong, but it's not Dallas Goedert. And Ferguson's okay in Dallas, right? But ultimately, I just think it's utterly disrespectful to even question if the Eagles are anywhere not above and beyond these other receiver groups in this division. In the conference, I think, again, you're number one. I don't even know who you can really compare to at this point. Maybe receivers-wise down in Tampa with Evans and Godwin and McMillan.
And now Mecca Ibuka.
Yeah, Mecca Ibuka. Like, other than that, like
Rams too.
No. Yeah.
But
Puka,
what is
fine.
what's Devontae Adams at this point, right?
Yeah. Again, like, until somebody proves me otherwise, I think this is the best receiving group in the league. Right? I think you could maybe throw Kansas City in there, but again, Travis Kelce's what, 35, 36. Rashee Rice is coming off an injury, and Xavier Worthy's going into his second year. So, I mean, I think it's, you guys talked about Cincinnati, but I don't think their tight end situation's as good as we think it is. But that's where I'm at.
And thank God we have those weapons. We're probably gonna have to throw the football more in 2025.
And I have no problem doing that because I know our guys are going to go win. You're going to win your matchups.
Why do you say that?
Well, I say that because Saquon Barkley, as great of a year as he had last year, I just think from a practical standpoint, I don't think we're gonna let him touch the ball quite as much as we did last season, just because they want him to be able to last and hold up.
Yeah, first half of the year, I agree with you, Noah. Second half of the year, that's gonna go away.
No, I hear you. And you want to be, obviously, when the weather gets cold, you want to be able to run the ball heading down the second half of the season and heading into the postseason. You want him fresh for November, December, January, and into February there. So we're going to have to make more plays downfield. So we got the weapons to do it. We got the team to do it. We'll be fine.
I agree with your premise in thought, but then why do we re-sign Saquon Barkley to big money if we're not going to use him? In theory, the same way, right? If you want to say we're going to have to come up with a different game plan because defenses are going to know what to do, then I can buy into that, right? But I can't buy into
coordinators are going to game plan again.
But I can't buy into we're going to ease him into the season when we just wasted a lot of the cap that we're supposedly building to pay these monsters up front.
Yeah, but I think
to then ease him into the season.
Yeah, but they know, like Barkley just got his ring, Hurts just got his ring, Sirianni got his ring. The pressure's off. We know we're the best team in the NFC East. I don't think it's going to be as much as a demand to get him the ball 30 times a game because that's the formula. We got to do it. We got to do it. We can win in so many other ways with the pass catching. I just feel
this is Philadelphia. This is Philadelphia. The demand's going to be there. If this team goes 2-2, we're booing the shit out of them.
I get it. We were 2-2 this year. Were we not?
I mean, I'm listening to Eagles chants down here in Tampa and Phillies games.
We started running the ball. We were 2-2.
Like, there's the demand. The demand to repeat's going to be there.
No,
as it should be there.
But what I'm saying is, like, they can get if they can go 3-1 without running the ball, then just keep doing it. I'd rather him be fresh. If when you're 2-2, we're booing the hell out of him, and then you got to run the ball. It's a problem. I get it, but I don't think that it's not going to be like a need. I think week 1, we're not going to have to give him the ball 30 times.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
I like to think that you can give him the ball 20 times a game and still be just as dominant as opposed to having to give it to him 27, 28 times a game.
Right.
I
mean, I'm not saying we're not going to use him. Of course, we're going to use him, but I think they'd like to cut back a bit on his touches. That's all. He's still going to be a critical part of our offense.
Yeah, I believe that they're going to try to get other guys carries like they do, and they're going to try to go off of play action a lot early on in the year. And I agree. I agree with it. I don't disagree with it, but I still think, we are a team built to run the football. So if it's not him getting the touches, somebody is, and some of it's your quarterback. I mean, I think that's what we are. We are a run first to set up the pass type of team, and that's okay. Some teams throw to set up the run. We just happen to have a great offensive line and a great running back and a quarterback that can run the football. So, when you have those things, that's why at 2-2, I made it clear that if we ran the ball, if we passed the ball less than 25 attempts a game, that we won't lose. And that aged pretty well for the first time.
Yeah, we sure as hell didn't lose. All right.
Yeah.
Got a ring, damn it.
First time ever that actually worked out for me. And it felt right because that's how this team's built. And I don't mind throwing the football. I like throwing the football. I think guys, and our owner enjoys it too. But I think when you sit down, you have a conversation with Uncle Jeffrey and you say, listen, this is the deal, man. We got a superstar running back. We got arguably the best line in football at the time when you go sit down with them and you say, listen, if we use these RPOs and we freeze guys, we're going to get the explosive plays, but they're just going to be from the run game and they're not going to be as much from the pass game. Can you live with that? And I think when you start rolling people running the football, I think as an owner, you can live with that really well too, because that can be pretty. You know what else is pretty? The Lombardi. All pretty stuff. So, he gets sold on it real quick. You can sell him on the importance of running the football. Unlike when Doug did it in, the Green Bay game and then the Buffalo game. And then Jeffrey didn't like that. Jeffrey didn't like winning like that at the time, if you remember. So, but the Dallas contract's great.
Yeah,
awesome.
I mean, he took less
Absolutely.
money. That's
sure.
That's phenomenal.
Good for him because maybe he didn't take less money, right? If it's incentive,
Well, right, yeah.
Well,
and I guess
16 games.
I'm pretty sure it's 10 base and then up to $1 million in incentives. So versus 14. So yeah, it takes a little bit of a pay cut, but still is. What's the difference between say if he maxes it out 11 and 14?
And the other reality of it too is none of his current contract was guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So all of this comes into play is now there's guarantees in this contract. Right. So now he actually legit makes money versus just playing it out,
The unknown. Yeah, the unknown.
Yeah.
And I think when you shop him around, you're not only shopping around, but you're shopping around the guy on a 1-year deal. So it's not about you getting the value necessarily back. It's them not maybe wanting to give something up because they don't know if they can get a deal done.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I think that's part of it too.
Yeah. I like just bringing him back, right, is ultimately a good thing, which obviously we all agree with. Not to say that I don't believe that Calcaterra could do a decent enough job, right? But he's not the same type of two-way player that Dallas is, right?
Calcaterra struggles blocking.
Yeah.
He's the top 5 tight end in football, right?
Yeah,
when he's on the field.
sure.
A big part of it's his blocking ability.
Right.
Yeah. And I think we can almost take advantage or take for granted the tight end position here because we're so used to having good ones, right? Like you had Zach Ertz, who was our best passing receiver for 5-6 years, right? You had Brent Selleck before that, who was just a good, solid. He was a great blocker. Would catch 3-4 passes a game for 50 yards a game, right? Good safety blanket. Who was it before him? LJ Smith. He
LJ
was
Smith,
solid.
Chad Lewis.
Chad Lewis before that. I think he was an all-pro. So, like, since we've been good, since, like, 2000, probably Chad Lewis, I think it was, like, 2000.
Yeah.
They've just been good. They just had a good tight end, right? So you can almost take advantage or take for granted the fact that you've had this guy, right? And I think losing him, you would have had, a guy, again, like we said before, you didn't find anybody to replace him. Like, you signed a couple younger guys who could end up maybe growing into something, right? But you didn't get anybody in the draft. And again, Calcaterra has showed a couple flashes here or there, but it hasn't really done a whole lot. So it's nice to be able to, even if it's only for this year, have that, that guy who you can trust at least to be there for, 12, 13, 14 games. And, when you expect to be in the playoffs again, have that like safety blanket for Jalen. I can't really tell you how many times last year I saw this dude running wide open across the seam at 15, 20 yards down the field. And there's just nobody near him. So, like, I mean, there you go.
Yeah, you had to bring him back. Calcaterra, he's a role player. That's what he is. I mean, he's a role player at best. So, really, you didn't have much at the tight end position without Goedert. You had to bring him back.
We just had a bunch of unknowns. They went out and they signed 2 or 3 low-level, mid-level guys to fill in for depth, right? So, like, you look at Kylan Granson and Harrison Bryant, like 2 guys that have played a lot of football even in their young careers, but they're not impact guys to your point, right? Even starting out as Calcaterra tight end 1 probably wouldn't give you the all warm and fuzzies inside going into week 1, especially as you mentioned, Ryan, like the safety blanket that we've had for our quarterbacks since like the 2000s, right? Just that notable sure-handed, for the most part, sure-handed blanket for our quarterback that when he gets in trouble, he knows he's available. And as we've mentioned so far, Dallas has been one of those main keys for the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, so you would have really went into this season not feeling good about your run game as much either.
Right.
And that's where I look at it. Like, Calcaterra can't block at this level at a high clip. He's too thin, right? He's not strong enough. He's a pass catching tight end, so you got to use him in that role. And then you would have. See, this is where you get caught, right? If you have a combo guy, your plays look different, right? If you have a guy that's specifically a pass or a run blocking tight end, you have trouble fooling people a lot. And I know teams run out of will pass out of formations like that, and I get it, right? But when you do, you're also losing that guy's ability in the passing game. So you hurt that play in a weird way too at times. That's how I look at it. So when you can have a guy that can do both, right, at a really good clip, they try to hold on to those guys. And the bigger thing is, if he doesn't play 17, they hold the leverage again.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I look at it. They hold the leverage again if he doesn't play 17.
For sure.
And then he's 31, and he's 31. And how much money is he really going to get? Who's going to give him that 3-year deal? Nobody will. So now he's going to be playing. Now he's going to get a 2-year deal, right? More incentive base, maybe. Probably $8 million a year, and he'll take it again.
Those incentive based contracts are tough for an offense like the Eagles, because like if you watch Barkley get the ball 30, 35 times and you're like, God damn, I just need 4 catches a game. I've had 2 targets. That's got to be tough.
Yeah, but you're right. But then look at this year, though, right? When did Dallas come in and be his best? Right, he was his best down the stretch. He was his best at the end of the year. He was his best in the playoffs and whatnot, right? So, yeah, Barkley got all of it. And where did most of the passing touchdowns go to at the end? It was Dallas, right? How many parlays or anytime touchdown slips did you miss with AJ and Devontae just because it went to Dallas for the 1 touchdown that we threw that game?
How about John Dotson doing nothing all year and then first touchdown galore in the playoffs? I feel like it was every freaking, at least the Packers game, and then the Chiefs. You pump faked me, but
Yeah, he almost got it.
Well, it's just great. It's great coaching, and it's great like when you have good players that are in those like lesser roles and get those matchups when you get better teams in the playoffs and they really hone down on taking your best players away and the best they can.
Right.
That's when guys like that are so important, right? That's why I feel like in the playoffs in baseball, you'll see like, lower lineup guys get big hits and you see it in football all the time. Guys break out in the postseason. You see it in all sports, right? Where they're trying to take somebody out, they're trying to take your better players away, and that lower role player comes up big for you. See it all the time. That's why having studs matters. Should be a hashtag, studs matter. Right? Because studs matter. Right? Because then you're not right. If you have a ton of them and you have the weapons we have, and then you add in the backfield on what that brings to the table, that's a nightmare if you're a defensive coordinator. That is literally a nightmare of a week.
Yeah, trying to prep for all those weapons. You don't know which one to pick. You don't know which one. You have five different ones.
Yeah, you're playing.
You have five different ones. You got two on the outside. You got Dallas in the middle, Saquon, and then you also got your quarterback.
Like, do I pull it? Which one am I going? Right? It's hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
Because do I stop the run game?
Yeah.
Right? Or do I possibly die by a million knife jabs?
Yeah.
By trying to take away pass
Washington's defensive coordinator, or ask Spags in Kansas City.
Exactly. Watch, how many people lost money betting on Saquon's overs in the Super Bowl, right? Because the Chiefs sold out to stop the run. He didn't do anything the entire game, and we still put up 40 points.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, there was some defense involved for that, but like, just Jalen audibling it through everything just carved them up because of everybody we got. It was easy.
Yeah,
it was easy.
It becomes easy. If you know your plays, right, and you understand defenses and you understand what they're trying to do to you, right, it becomes easy when you have the ability to audible out and get in and get the ball in the hands of a future Hall of Famer or an All Pro or whatever you want to call it, across the board. Some guys might not go like Devontae. I don't know what the rest of his career is going to look like, but obviously doesn't get as many targets as you would want. But go win another Super Bowl. Go win a third Super Bowl. You'll get in.
Yeah,
you'll get in.
He's getting a jacket.
Yep. There's different ways to get jackets.
Yep.
You go become a dynasty. Jackets come with it, baby.
And it's quite possible that AJ's getting a jacket too.
Well, no, AJ's got a better chance at the jacket at this age than Devontae does, numbers-wise. Sure. Rightfully so. But if Devontae's anywhere else, he's like CD Lamb. He's getting 95 catches a year. He's getting 90 catches a year. That's just who he is. He might not live through it, but that's what he's going to get.
You want to talk about a guy who got a jacket because he won one game? Joe Namath. Go look up Joe Namath's stats. I think that dude was literally 500. Won one game, talked a little bit in the radio or in the media, and got a gold jacket because of it. Right? Just go win. You want to get paid? You want to get accolades? You want to have a gold jacket when you're in your 40s? Mm-hmm. Go win some ball games.
And he tried to have fun with Susie Colbert. Anyway.
Is this it though? Is this it? Is that the last piece? Is this roster intact, or do you guys see something different? Do you see something else coming?
Well, obviously got to fill the major void that Britton Covey left.
Yeah, for sure. I was wondering.
They signed a bunch of guys.
It's going to take an army to fill that void.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I like our draft.
Yeah, I know you didn't get a chance to talk about it. I love her. I mean, I would swallow it up. What a draft. You know what I mean? Give me the whole thing.
The whole hoagie in the second inning.
Going back to Joe Namath, 62, 63, and 4. That's his career record, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah, 27,000
mayonnaise.
Talk about
lettuce.
173 touchdowns, 220 picks. 173 and 222.
Wow, refresher. Wash it down.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yo, what
I'm
were
in
you gonna say?
NBA mode. I'm not gonna lie. I'm in NBA playoffs mode.
I'm not in NBA playoffs mode as much as I'm in NBA lottery mode.
True.
Well, hopefully the lottery does us a lot less dirty than the NHL lottery did us. Jesus.
Well, Greg, before we go there, I don't see anything big happening. Right. Because there'd be like small little things if you get an injury in camp, like right. Like,
Right. Yeah.
Of course.
I'm talking Justin Simmons, right? That's the name I'm talking. Is Justin Simmons joining the Eagles?
He wants to. I've only heard that.
That's why I bring it up. That's why I bring it up, because there was after the Goedert signing and the perceived savings of cap that we got with him. Now all the rumors turn to Justin Simmons and whether he now joins the team. He obviously, every time he opens his mouth, as we've mentioned a bunch of times, every time he opens his mouth, he wants to be in Philly. I don't know if the rumor was true, but it was just like there's almost like he bought a house in South Jersey just to make sure he's ready.
Well, I hope he ends up here. I like the Makuba pick in the second round. I mean, he is a ball hawk. He had 5 picks at UT last season, but I don't know. At 185, I'm a little concerned about the weight there. He's a little on the small side. Hopefully, he can bulk up once he gets into our program.
Yeah, I think he plays bigger than that.
Yeah,
Definitely plays bigger. I understand it though, and that's where maybe a Justin Simmons for a year,
right.
Is the perfect like segue. Get it, just get a guy NFL ready first. Give him time to breathe. Give him time to learn. I mean, the NFL is not easy to come in and play day one in for a lot of younger players. Just a learning curve. Game's a little faster, etc. Yeah. So I mean, I would love it. You're trying to win a Super Bowl next year, right? Like I don't know what everybody else is trying to do.
Yeah,
but I can tell you what I try to do, where I can still pull it off. If I can go get, and I don't know what I got to pay him for 1 year, but where if he wants 2, I don't know if I want to pay him for 2. So that's some of it too. Because when does his ceiling drop? If it already hasn't anymore,
right?
Or floor, or whatever the hell you want to call it. Something's dropping.
Oh,
and he's 31 years old.
And his balls. So something's dropping.
He's 31 years old. I'm trying to see what he made last year just to kind of give us an idea.
And he's like a free agent right now.
Yeah.
It's so
He's
strange.
a free agent. He made 7.5 last year.
7.5 mil. Yeah, 7.5.
Number? Give me some numbers last year. Give me something.
Let's see here.
Give me a little. Say a little.
Why is he still on the market in May?
Poor hoagies eating.
Because he's looking to sign here.
Well, remember, he's looking for probably a multi-year deal. And remember, though, a couple years ago, Bates was on the free agent market for a long time as well. And before he signed late with Atlanta. Last year, he had played all 16 games. He had 2 interceptions, 7 pass defenses, 62 total tackles, 36 solo, 2 tackles for loss, no sacks. So he'd have a great year. He definitely didn't have the year he had when 2 years ago, or even 3 years ago, or last year. I'm sorry, 2 years ago, 23. He had 3 interceptions, 22. He had 6 interceptions. He was
Kevin Byard. It's Kevin Byard.
Seems like it.
Similar.
But knows the system, right? Knows the system. Played for Fangio in Denver.
I'll give you 3.5.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a
2-year deal, 3.5 a year.
It's
what
probably
you get at this point.
If he wants to come here, man, like again, you get somebody who's done it for years. You got who's played for Vic in the past, I think, right? Who you can use them to help train up your younger guy, right? Like if you bring him into camp and he doesn't, and he stinks. Okay, cool, whatever, cut him. Right. Give him like an incentive-based deal. You do X amount of tackles, you get this. X amount of picks, you get this. Right? Because you're bringing him in to be CJ, right? If that's what you're doing, you're thinking, can he fill that role that CJ was? Right? Can he come up and tackle in the run game? Can he cover tight ends? Can he cover in the slot if we need him to? Right? Like that's what you're asking him to do, and then hopefully be able to train up Makuba. Right? Like again, you're getting a 1 year. Maybe a 1+1 with like a team option, non-guaranteed or something. Again, no. Is it really going to hurt you if you bring him in? I don't think so.
I don't think
so. Why not give it a shot?
Well, I mean, Pump's got a lot to lose. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Pump,
he's
you're licking the camera. You're licking the camera over there. Like, whatever. But Sidney Brown, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just feel like he stinks still.
I don't think he's any good.
Like, imagine clamoring for Sidney Brown. Like, imagine driving in your car like Pump, taking it, FaceTiming everybody. All right. You're seeing you while they're seeing you because your glasses are reflecting. All right. And you're saying Sidney Brown's the answer. That's like telling me, like, after Ryan Howard, like, Tommy Joseph's the guy.
Tommy Joseph.
You know what I mean? It's like falling in love for the next thing up
crazy.
Because you will drink the Kool-Aid. The green Kool-Aid, you will drink it. That's what you are. You love the green Kool-Aid. I can tell. Because everybody, next man up is always better than the guy in front of him. You probably wanted CJ gone. So I feel like, you probably wanted CJ gone too.
I'm still wondering why the hell we traded him, but
it's a good question.
Because we got Sidney Brown.
You got Sidney Brown.
We're comparing Nolan Smith, who was a first-round pick from the University of Georgia and a national champion, to goddamn Sidney Brown. Come on, be better, Pump.
Third round, Sidney Brown.
Yeah, Pump better. Pump me up better than a third-round pick that you're saying is on the same level as a guy that's a first-rounder. There's a reason they're a third-round pick. Doesn't mean they can't be as good. And I hope Sidney Brown is the guy. But I'm gonna take a shot that I don't feel like he is, or you're not drafting another safety in the second round.
Or these rumors continue with Justin Simmons, even though they seem to be one-sided from his side. But any other, you always find random articles too. Again, all rumors that the Eagles are invested in it. At least the chase of it, right? That the Eagles are invested in the possibility of it. So yeah, if Makuba was the guy, I think that was the clear sign that Sidney Brown might not be the answer. He might be fine for this year, right? He might be able to fill a void, but I think drafting Makuba in the second round, I think was the answer to, is Sidney Brown the answer at safety?
Yeah.
But
Sidney Brown started 6 games last year, 0 games this year. So just to answer you that one.
And I'll help. I just love to dive in. I'll dive in. So you're talking about a guy who started on arguably the worst defense I've ever seen come through here. That's what you're clamoring for, babe?
Made Drew Lock look like a freaking...
Yeah. Still spinning it. Drew Lock got 7 more contracts. He'll get 7 more contracts for what he did to Matt Patricia and the Philadelphia Eagles that night. And everybody, and James Bradbury and everybody else who got torched up that night on the final seconds. It's a joke. And then we want Sidney Brown as a starter.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can see Sidney Brown in a Patrick Mahomes highlight tape from the Super Bowl, by the way.
What bright spot, Pump? He tackled somebody.
He's
didn't tackle. That's your bright spot. You understand what I'm saying? It's clamoring for the worst guy during the process. He did 20 a night. We got people
Ish
like
Smith.
Smith was the stud.
Brian Brian, I
Tony Rose's
love you, but
answer.
Sidney Brown is a role player, a special teams guy.
You guys know.
And
Sid-
listen
you
to
guys
what you're
know Tony
saying.
Rose?
You know he's a
He's
know
not
he's
an
a role
every
player.
down star. He's not an every down starter at safeties. Just
Tony
Carter
Tony
Williams
And you
Roten.
know he's a
Tony
role
Roten.
player
Michael Carter
because you're
Williams
saying
is the future.
you're saying give him a chance.
NCW.
You're saying he's a bright spot. Give him a chance. That's not stuff you say when a guy's the answer. You don't say like, Jalen Hurts is a bright spot.
Yeah, Mike. Yeah, Mike. He just needs an opportunity. That's all. Give him an opportunity. You see what happens.
Yeah,
Like,
like,
he's just
like
some-
Jalen Hurts. You don't
Oh.
call Jalen Hurts a bright spot. Like you don't say, give him a chance. No, like
Give him an opportunity. That's all he needs.
he's the answer or he's not the answer. It's not like the light bulb's on, it's flickering.
Yeah, there wasn't a bright light in 2023. The Brink's point. I mean, there was all the light bulbs were off. They were like, "What's wrong with the lighting?" I mean, that's what happened. And we were playing defense with the lights off. Really, look like
Did we
everybody
lose to
else.
Zach Wilson.
Yep.
Yeah, he lost to Zach
Yeah,
Wilson
they lost
and
to
Drew
Zach
Lock.
Wilson. Just disgusting.
Yeah, but Sidney Brown was great in that game.
Now,
Look,
Makuba could get drafted for Reed because on the depth chart they play the same position. It looks like. So
They must have updated it because as of right now on ESPN, they got Makuba behind McCollum at the strong safety, Reed staying as the free safety with Sidney behind him. That's on ESPN, right? It's ESPN. Full disclosure, I don't know if it's true.
somebody goes.
But Reed's not going anywhere. Like Reed's not going anywhere. So there's no replacing Reed Blankenship. He wouldn't be in the captain's lounge that this team has created. He wouldn't be as highly thought of inside the building if we were drafting his replacement. The replacement we're drafting is CJ. We're trying to fill that hole.
Our lads, right, has Makuba behind Blankenship
Okay.
and McComb behind Brown.
Okay.
And take that
Yeah.
for whatever that is, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what's right.
Yeah, and I don't know.
Somebody come in that's smarter than us. We're bagging you. We're bagging you.
Sidney Brown was not active for that Jets game, by the way.
Oh,
The Jets game was early in the year, right?
before we redeemed
Yeah,
himself.
he was inactive for 3 years. Three of the games, 4 or 5.
3 years.
six.
It felt like 3 years.
He's
Felt-
been
yeah, it
inactive
felt
for
like
3
3
years.
for
Just
sure.
running around. It's like a dog on a hardwood floor. Once again, a fight in the game when we're up 40. You grow up, Peter Pan. Right? Grow up. Oh, that's where guys fall in love with him. You see his toughness? He can kiss my ass with his toughness. All right? Because he can't, he's not a ball hawk. He doesn't look like he can play. Like some guy, he just looks like skinny, shoulder pads, big shoulders. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something.
Looks good in shorts,
He's a special teams guy.
He's got good hair. He's got good hair.
for sure.
Like star Vince Papali, wide receiver. See his energy on the kickoff. This is what we sound like. We sound like dryer sheets. We sound like idiots when we clamor for backups.
Nick Foles,
Yeah,
baby.
Yeah, we did. We did pump. We blame James Bradbury a lot. Okay,
I'm still blaming him.
Marty, I'm not telling you I know. I mean, Marty, that's the whole point. They are hilarious, I guess, but are they that hilarious when a guy plays a certain position? Like, I don't know. That's what I'm asking you. Like, is it hilarious if our lad tells us they're both free safeties? Like, if a guy's a free safety, he's a free safety. I don't know what's hilarious. I need you, Mark. I get what you're saying, but the position they play is the position they play. If you're a free safety and not a strong safety, that's the difference, right? So that's important to know here. Not taking a shot at you, Mar. I don't know.
Try to figure it out, yeah.
Yeah, we don't know what we don't know. Filling holes. Yep, wealthy. We'll leave out the other part, but we're filling them. Yeah, I'm not worried about the loss of Slay as I'm worried about the replacing of CJ. That's where my head goes in this. Right?
It's a big hole in the brain to fill. Wasn't a lot up there. But boy, could he play.
Not a lot up there. But sometimes that's the best free safety. or
It is
strong
true.
safety, whatever our lads wants to list them as. But the guy that's just reckless. Like I need some reckless on my defense. So and Sidney's reckless because he has no problem tackling. He has no problem hitting. I don't have many problems there. I think his pass coverage is his biggest weakness, and that's what scares me. But I do think he wants to hit somebody. He wants to play downhill. Like I don't have as many problems with that as I do the other side. Where Makuba, I think, will headhunt you and take the football away. But again, do we want a rookie starting day one if Justin Simmons just wants to say hello to us, wants to stop by? Hey, let me drop my bags off, Vic.
Give a little peekaboo.
You got an extra room?
Yeah, he's doing drive-bys by Novacare right now.
He's sleeping. He's cuddling. He's spooning with Vic, right? For a year. Go spoon with Vic for a year. But we're only going to give you $3.5 million to do it. All right. 31 years old. The more he sits, the less he gets paid. This isn't the kid from Cincinnati. This isn't the same thing. He was young. He was young. You know, Jesse Bates had a monster year. Like I know what you're saying, Greg, to that, like how he waited, but I just think it's different because he had such a great year. He was probably waiting on Cincinnati to try to get something done, and they just didn't. It was Cincinnati.
Right. Why would they draft defense?
Nobody's crying, Pump. Nobody's crying. We're asking how we feel it. You understand, babe? We cried a month ago. Right? The sorrow's over.
Some of us cried.
Well, the real ones, the ones who know football cried, and then the rest just, you know.
The rest just knew why he was traded.
Yeah, I was greatly annoyed.
No, you didn't know why he was traded. You just
we knew the reason he was traded.
Yeah, but you feel like you wanted to drop that in, like you're the smartest guy in the country.
Oh, I'm definitely not the smartest guy in the country.
Like, well, we know. We all knew why he was traded.
Just ask me to Google a date or an age.
McClain called me. Like you're like, Jeff McClain called me. I know. Jeffrey Lurie picked up the phone.
I would. Yeah. I mean, I might pick up for Jeffrey. I wouldn't pick up for Jeff.
Let me tell you something now. We might know why he's traded and it's over with, like Pump said. But we're still trying to find the replacement.
Well, that is true, yes. And that we could all jump on board with. Is we need to find the replacement.
See, Pump, you have no goddamn clue what you're ever typing about. That's the problem. No clue. Like, look at when those TDs happen. Circle back to me, Pump.
It was bad.
When you're done pumping up a role player, all right? Circle back to me. When you're not thrusting a role player all night. That's what you're doing. You're literally dry humping your pillow all night. That's what's happening. It's a pillow freaking rape happening with Sidney Brown. You got a little Sidney Brown picture on your pillow, and you're just freaking getting after it all night long. Oh, it's egregious. It's egregious. Apologize for the rape comment of the pillow. But that's what you're doing. Tough visual. That's what you're doing. Like you're talking about a guy who hasn't done anything in this league and really wasn't this like awesome college player that was everybody talked about. And you're putting pussy on a pedestal. That's what you're doing. And you know that's rule number one. You can't do that. Can't do it. And Pump just did it right in front of everybody's face tonight. Oh, I love you, Pump, but you might not be wrong because maybe he can play. But you're thrusting him all night doesn't solve anything. Like, be open. Be open. Put a different picture on the pillow tonight when you're snuggling up with him. Maybe put Justin Simmons in there tonight for the benefit for everybody. Do it it's bigger than you, Pump. All right. We need you to backdoor Justin Simmons tonight on the pillow. All right.
Oh,
no, I'm just not going to stop, Craig.
Good Lord.
It's late. I get
hear
delirious. I get delirious, and I don't care. I do care, but because I love Pump. No, we did not see that, Nate. We did not see Jimmy Graham is a cornhole freaking run you for the money guy now. isn't he also a piece of shit? Like, isn't Jimmy Graham a piece of shit? Jimmy Graham did some things.
I don't know.
Can we
Hey, do you
Google
guys know
Jimmy
he
Graham?
played college basketball?
Can we Google Jimmy Graham for a second? I guarantee he did something.
All right, let's take a look. Jimmy Graham.
That was like piece of shittable, right? Like, I'm not gonna call him like piece of shittable, piece of shitish. The piece of shitish. Not a full piece of shit.
Let's take a look.
But he might be.
Let's take a look.
That's what it is, Sean.
He was not charged with any crimes due to insufficient evidence, but he had a medical episode where he was found wandering in traffic and disoriented. He was arrested on suspicion of being under the influence, but the charges were dropped. So he's parked out in Southern California.
I don't really blame him.
Oh my God.
That's what ESPN says.
Yeah, so he's not a piece of shit. He's just out of his mind. He's just out of his mind. Yeah, Sean, that's what Pump is. He's the dog with the little thingy out, just getting after the stuffed animal with a pillow with a picture of Sidney Brown.
What the hell is going on here?
No, I'm just telling you. I'm giving you guys a visual.
It's not a visual I wanted.
No, the derail happened. The train went off the tracks. SJM.
Can we lock back in?
I'm still here. I'm still
locked back in.
This is what Pump and Nate do. This is their MO. All right, we learn stuff. Every time we come on, we learn something. What up, Pete? Frank said the one. All right, now we're going back to CJ. We'll just keep that moving. Pumping away. Yeah, he's taking too many hits. Jimmy Graham. That's what that tells me. If you're wandering the streets aimlessly, naked and afraid, or not afraid, I don't know. I mean, naked and aggressive. That's a tough combo, right? Like the naked aggressive guy. But we'll circle this back.
Why is this is a random thought, but Jimmy Graham, I feel like started this. Maybe he didn't, but why is dunking on the goalpost a fine? I never understood that.
NFL's the no fun league
because it's no fun league.
But like, what does it do? Like, is someone going to bring down the goalpost? Like
Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaquille O'Neal the goalpost. Like, I don't understand why it's like frowned upon.
Yeah,
guys are humping pillows as touchdown celebrations, doing the worm, fucking firing guns off, John Morant style. Nothing. And you dunk the ball through the goalpost, and it's like $50 grand.
Yeah.
Hey, Umberto Raspaska. What's his name? He asks.
Umberto.
Yeah, Umberto.
He asked Sicily. No, it went to Sicily.
Yeah.
their Super Bowl odds went down. Super Bowl odds went down, guys.
You want an upside down Sicilian?
He's asking if the Cowboys.
I get you a pie, Umberto. Sorry.
He asked if Dallas moved the needle at all with Pickens. Here's the answer to that. Fuck no.
No, it did. It did. Their Super Bowl odds went from 7,500 to 7,000 plus 7,000.
Listen,
So
it makes them better on Sunday. It makes them better on Sunday. Sure. Right? But it's perfect Dallas. What comes with it might not make you better on Sunday.
Right. Can't wait.
Right? So it's like it's one of those deals. Like he's a better option than what they have as their second guy for sure. You can't debate that. But up here, if there's 45 screws loose and he's a problem, does it make him better on Sunday? We're gonna find out. Because it seems like in that locker room, you got a lot of guys. When you put too many personalities at this level around each other, and then your owner's got a personality, good luck.
Especially bring him in there with a guy who's, couldn't get along with Mike Tomlin, and you're going to have him with a first-time head coach.
SJM mentioned Zach Martin. Didn't he retire?
He did. Yeah. Zach Martin retired just this year.
Yeah, well, he retired, and then they drafted his replacement, and that guy said he wants Jalen Carter. So,
I hope Jason Peters has a big year for us.
And the last time he faced Jalen Carter, he got wrecked.
No, that's not true. He wasn't there.
I think Dallas is only going to win like 6 or 7 games.
Well, no, he wasn't there last
Alabama.
year. He was there 2 years ago.
He wasn't in Alabama.
Mm-mm.
Oh, he wasn't.
No,
He wasn't in Alabama.
No. Yeah, so I saw the same tweet that he wasn't playing in that game that Jalen Carter destroyed them.
Okay.
You know, I like Mike Tomlin too.
Imagine never seeing him. Imagine never seeing him and going against him and say you want him.
Yeah.
Ballsy move, Cotton.
Can't wait to see how that goes.
What are you
Line up
saying,
one-on-one. Can't wait.
No, I was just saying, like, I like Mike Tomlin as a coach, like, but he's been there forever, and they're like 9-8 or 9-7 every single year, and then they get bounced in the first round of the playoffs, and it's like, he's just great coach. He doesn't miss the playoffs. It's like, at what point do they get a new voice? Like, I don't know.
Well, at one point did they get a quarterback
this year?
Right. I'm not even saying it's on him. I'm not even saying it's on him or his fault, but in this league, like, there's so much turnover with coaches. Like, everybody's in the hot seat. Like, we went 11-6, and you would have thought freaking that the house was burning down.
Yeah.
Well,
like,
did.
it's just like
it was the way it happened.
No, I get it.
You're right. You're right.
We won a Super Bowl, and Peterson was gone like 2 years later.
I think when you win games with less, like he's done, like especially at the hardest position to find, which is quarterback, like just to play devil's advocate to it. I think if I didn't have Sirianni right now, I would want Mike Tomlin.
Facts.
Right. No, that doesn't mean that he's the smartest guy in the room or anything like that. I just think he has a winning culture around him that they're just going to win games. They're going to find ways, and their defense is always really good, even when he doesn't have the personnel for it to be really good. They just compete. His teams always compete. Like, you go to Mike Tomlin team, they're going to compete, and they're going to do it a little lesser manned than you because they haven't had the quarterback that match up with the teams they played against. It's crazy. Since Ben. And they just compete. They just, to your point, like, yeah, Mike, it gets, I'm sure as a fan base, they're like, all right. They get tired of it for sure.
Yeah, one of my buddies, one of my best friends from college is a Steelers fan, and he is so sick of Mike Tomlin.
So
is a dog.
Yeah, exactly. But they're in a spot where like I think they're finally going to tear it down. I'm interested to see what they do with TJ Watt because he had entering, I think, the last year of his contract, and he's going to command close to $40 million a year. Are they going to pay him that when you're in rebuild mode, or are you going to trade him?
Well, look,
it's crazy to me because I feel like nobody else. I feel like it's so I don't know. Nobody else gets this kind of treatment. Like they've lost in the wild card like 5 years in a row.
Well, to answer your question,
5 years in a row.
And to your point, I know they haven't had too many postseason victories recently, or hardly any at all in the last 5 years. You mentioned.
I don't think they've won a playoff game like 10 years.
There's a reason they're consistently successful, and I know it depends on how you define success, but from 1969 to 1991, the Steelers had one head coach, Chuck Noll. All right,
I just fucking went in a goddamn.
Bring in Bill Cowher. Bill Cowher's there from 92 to 06, and then for the last almost 20 years, Mike Tomlin. So they've had 3 head coaches since 1969.
Well, yeah, which is incredible, and maybe that's just how the organization operates. And I think Mike Tomlin is great, and he deserves a job. I'm just saying, there's no organization that gives that long of a leash. So you may just
very true. But that's part of the reason why Pittsburgh, by and large, has been very successful over the last 50 years.
Pittsburgh's last playoff win was January 15th, 2017.
Yeah,
I mean, that leash is long. Like, that dog's humping everything in the South Jersey area.
But how many playoff appearances?
I'm with you. He deserves a job. No, like, I'm not saying like he's an awful.
No, I'm not arguing you, right? I'm not arguing the point. I'm saying like how many playoff head coaches are getting canned around the league? How many playoff head coaches get canned?
Not many.
So when you're constantly going there, they look at it organizationally. It's like, well, what am I firing him for?
Right.
Because he's been here for a while?
I mean, Sirianni, people hate him. He
Well,
was
he
And
lost
the
7
Ro-
games in a fucking row, Mike.
The Rooney family, to what I alluded to earlier, they're very, very loyal to
Yeah.
their.
And they haven't been over loyal to any of them, which is crazy to say because, like, you get in that habit of being loyal, but you get 3 home runs. Okay, you're loyal to one guy, and the next guy comes in, and maybe you don't get as lucky, but they did with Bill, right? And then you'd be loyal to Bill, and then Mike comes in for 2 decades, and you think, okay, this is going to be the guy we're over loyal to. And honestly, it hasn't been the case. Like, if they were getting the playoff games, buckets, and they were getting eliminated with a top 10 quarterback in round 1, where they're the better team, the message got stale, right? But when you're doing it without the quarterback and you're somehow getting it there, when teams have the quarterback and aren't getting there, like a team in your division, like the Cincinnati Bengals, if I'm ownership, I'm like, ooh, they didn't fire him. He didn't even make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Their coach is still there. How would I justify this without without probably getting a lawsuit?
Yeah, I mean, like Pumper said it, and he's absolutely right. Mike Tomlin would be hired right away if fired. I agree. I think he's a hell of a coach. I've never seen a bigger leash with an organization, which Noah just
It's not
proved
the
that
leash
point
till
to
the
be
quarterback's
correct.
there.
Yeah, I mean,
The leash doesn't come until the quarterback's there, unless you're going 6-11, right? You understand what I'm saying? There hasn't been losing seasons.
They're a lock. It's at over 7.5 wins every year.
Every year.
Mm-hmm.
They're a lock.
This year,
They haven't had a losing
year,
season.
but yeah.
No, put a lock. Lock it in over 7.5.
I just think
Mason Rudolph. There we go.
It's going to be Aaron Rodgers. It's going to be Aaron Rodgers.
Well, if they bring in Aaron Rodgers, Mike, this is where the leash could get choked out, right? Because he's known to do this too at this point in his career.
And you also added DK, right? So you added some volatile. DK is volatile on the field. You never hear anything off the field, but on the field, DK is a little volatile.
What does that mean?
DK Metcalf.
Up and down, I think is what he's saying.
No,
he's a little head case on the field.
Yeah, he'll like demand the ball, which again, as a number 1 receiver, they're
you should.
Okay,
so,
yeah, I don't. Yeah, we could do that with every number 1.
Yeah.
Sure.
But my point is, if you go get Rodgers and then you as head coach sign off on that, and that goes 6-11, that's where I could see a problem happen. If we're going to sit here and talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers tonight, right? But I could see, it's amazing. I could see where that goes somewhere else.
Well, every organization operates a little bit differently. I mean,
yeah. Let me change the word then. Let's put a bow on it. Not leash, but the loyalty. There's never been loyalty like that.
Fact. What up, Luke?
But it's justified. What up, Luke?
What-
It's justified loyalty, though.
Right. It's just an observation. I mean, that's
No.
3 coaches in there.
I get you. It's weird that it worked like that for them, right? But it's like it's not blinded loyalty.
It's not unwarranted.
Yeah, it's not unwarranted. It's like, oh, you're too low to this guy. He's 6-11 3 years in a row, right? Like, I think what would happen if they did a 6-11 output, he would get 1 more year to right that ship, and then that would be okay. A little over. Now we're going to be extra loyal. We're going to give you the extra year to figure it out.
There was rumors he was on the outs last year, because that's why the rumors started heating up about potentially the Eagles jumping in and hey, would you get rid of Sirianni to sign Mike Tomlin? And everyone's like, yes. Before he wins the Super Bowl, of course.
Well, I might still do it today. So
I mean, you can make an argument.
I mean, that's not a shot at
Sirianni would look great in the swoop costume.
Yep, he fits that mold. We know a guy. Leave that there.
But I mean, the Eagles, the way we run it, I mean, we won 2 chips in the last 7 years with 2 different head coaches and 2 different quarterbacks. Where with Pittsburgh, they've had 2 head coaching changes in the last almost 33 years.
Yeah, I was surprised, Pump, that they didn't. I thought the Steelers were going to be a lock to get Sanders. Like, why wouldn't you get Shedeur Sanders? I don't understand.
I think a lot of teams
Yeah,
are
well.
booking on next year's class because it's a lot better. And I just think that they don't want to give their fan base false hope in believing in someone that they really don't believe in, because there's so many guys in the next class. And I think that's why all the guys fell. That's why
it's not
I
like you got to
think
pay
the
him. Like,
Rams-
it can't get worse. You had Justin Fields and Russell
No, I
Wilson.
hear you, but I feel like it sends a message to the fan base, and then it sends a message to the league of being like, did you really give that guy a fair chance when all in all you were looking at next year anyway? Like they don't like the guy. I mean, it was clear.
Yeah, I also don't think they're in a position with their roster to really be like, because they just find ways for 9 wins. So that's what's tough about Pittsburgh.
Right.
And that's why they've been.
Oh, I hear you on the Browns. I don't
Yeah,
get
when you find your way to 9 wins, you don't get to draft in the top 10. You know?
This might be the first time I don't have a problem with the Browns, because I'll look at this 2 ways. When you need one so desperately bad, they are so set up to find one now, because not only do they have 2 kids they drafted, okay, we'll see what they turn into, if anything, but now they got 2 first rounds in next year's draft. The Browns are, for the first time in their life, they can say they actually might have did something right, because they got low risk, possible high reward guys in later on in the draft.
Yep.
That they don't know a ton of money to. And then they have the option to say, okay, we evaluate these guys this year. We don't think either one of them is our franchise quarterback. And now, boom, we're going to go get our guy. They have the greatest option in the world. Either one of those 2 is their guy, and now they have 2 first-round picks to build around next year, or they're not, and we'll jump in. They could have did it better, honestly, and I'm not Mel Kiper saying that. I'm not Shadored up. I'm saying when you get 2 quarterbacks, right, and, Gabriel's, like, velocity and stuff like that really surprises me. I didn't know he threw the ball as hard as he does. Right.
Why waste the second one? I think you waste the second one because the owner told him to draft Shador Sanders. It was the 5th round. That's why I think they took him.
You waste the second one because you owe it nothing.
Yeah.
You owe it nothing.
Yeah.
Come prove it. Come show us you can be the guy, and you'll make this roster. Show us for a year that you do all the little things, and you're a leader, and there's not all the extra, right? Maybe they don't use a first-round pick next year on a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of factors, and I think it's actually – listen, you can make cases not smart, but I think there's more things in this that make sense when you're in –
positive outweigh the negative, for sure.
Yeah, they definitely do in this situation. Because is it a waste when you can't ever find one?
And let's be real, both of those guys should play. Like, sorry, Joe, and sorry, Kenny.
Yeah.
The Browns do a disservice if you play those guys.
Oh, it's like I'm playing.
It should be Dylan and Shador every week.
Yeah, I might play one half and one the other, right? And I'll still get a top 3 pick, babe. And I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this, Pump, because you don't waste stuff when you never could find one. And then when you did draft one, number 1 overall, you made him into the scapegoat. Besides the 2 clowns at the wide receiver position, you made him into the scapegoat, and all he's done is go in the playoffs in Tampa. So they had it, and they decided he was the problem because we wouldn't listen to Odell's dad and Odell, who was at the back end of his career. At that age, you got a rub and tug. That's what you got. You got Uncle Rub and Tug in the door. Soliciting it all. It's coming in pants down. Hello. Hey. Yeah, I didn't know you were supposed to wear little trunks here. I didn't know you put.
Oh, is that why they're about to get? They're about to sign Justin Tucker.
Are they actually? That's hilarious.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the Ravens released him. I thought they were going to get Justin Tucker.
That'd actually be really, really funny if he signed.
They're going to have places closing down.
Yeah, those rub each other.
I saw like the Browns quarterback room is like an elite blunt rotation. I imagine like all those guys in the same room.
No, that'd be hilarious, actually.
Yeah.
Kenny Pickett, Joe Flacco, Dylan Gabriel, and Shador Sanders. What a room.
What a room.
Yeah, Gabriel is probably more pro ready, SJM.
Wait, what's up with Deshaun Watson? Is he still on the team or not?
No, he is.
he's
He's out for the year. He tore his Achilles last year.
No, I knew
they
that,
got
but
Phillies
add him to the rotation.
He did it again.
Yeah,
though.
no, yeah,
He's out.
he's
Oh,
definitely in the rotation.
Yeah,
for sure.
he's in the rotation, all right. He's rotating.
He's for sure.
He's rotating around. I mean, he's Morgan Wallen, spin me around, baby, because he is.
He's like a rotisserie chicken. Just
yeah. Maybe a little faster too. A little bit more.
He's going from parlor to parlor, huh?
Just jumping around, saying hello, doing his check-ins.
Well, at least he'll maybe if they sign Justin Tucker.
Imagine being him sitting at home. Oh my God. Right. All I had to do was keep it in house. All I had to do, I guaranteed money. What a scumbag. Because he did it all. I don't doubt it at all. I can look. I'm a look at the face guy. I can tell a lot about you. Absolutely, absolutely. And he loved every second of it. He's got the creep face. Some guy's got a creep face. Justin Tucker's got a creep face too. Look at his face. It's creep. Like, wait,
who's the Washington kicker that has like OCD? I forget his name. He always fucks with his hair.
Gonzalez.
Is that Zane Gonzalez?
Yeah, he gives me weird vibes.
Look at us pulling out like kicker names.
Kickers in general are just weird, dude. Rodrigo Blankenship, that guy, weird.
Yeah, he was weird.
What a comment.
What a guy.
Justin Tucker's the CEO of Hand and Stone.
Start having like
Dicker the kicker better be careful where he goes into.
Yeah.
Better keep that Dicker right at home. Keep Dicker at home. Let's keep Elliott at home too. Make sure he's getting taken care of at home. All right. This is bigger than everybody. All right. Make sure our guy is not out there just feeling like he's lonely.
No, Jake's out there on golf course every day. He's out playing golf. He's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, I look at people's faces, Pump. I mean, goodness gracious.
I mean, the
2025, you got eyeballs.
Clark girl can help Elliott.
2025, Pump doesn't have eyeballs. You know what I mean? First guy ever.
I mean, like, you can't find yourself a 2.
We're not recognizing the kicker. We're recognizing how creepy they are. It's a different conversation. Yeah. We're not recognizing them because of their what they bring to the table.
I mean, you guys pulled Zane Gonzalez out pretty quick. I'm impressed with Greg and
Justin
Luke. They were
Tucker
on
bringing a lot to the table, obviously, but that's what got him in trouble.
He was on the table.
He brought the whole spread. These guys are out of their minds. It's literally, these guys are psychopaths. They think they're like, I don't know how people think they can get away with this shit. Like all around sports, like, what? You think you're above shit? Like, ain't 1970. Where it's like, oh, hey, honey, you know where to go. You can get away with it. Like, you can get, you know what I mean? You get back in the day, you get away with being a creep. Today, you're not getting away with being a creep today, which is great. I love living in today's society because you ain't going to get away with being a creep.
I mean, when Pete Rose was 30, he was sleeping with high school girls. So,
yeah. Creep, great player, big time creep.
Yep.
And we find out about guys, huge creep. Fine. I don't need a Pete Rose autograph when he was alive. Creep. I mean, great hitter now. Great hitter. There's a lot of great things about being in the box, but outside the box, he's in the wrong boxes. Okay. In the young box.
Him and Carl Malone.
Smaller box. I don't know what. Sorry, I'm not. That's enough. That's enough. Big time creep. Cannot say it as much anymore. Can't say it anymore. Can't say it.
I don't know how we got here from Mike Tomlin. It's been a hell of a ride. It's been a hell of a ride.
What a night. We came on really late. We're all exhausted. We said some things. We said some things.
What is going on?
It's a great time, right? Welcome to ATD Wednesday nights. It's your first time joining. This is what we do here.
How about them Phils?
All right, Chris, I'm not answering this question. Now we're all lawyers. You know what I mean? Everybody's a lawyer here.
Oh, God.
We're going to answer what we would do, judge and jury. We're not doing it. Like, I'm not hammering down.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
not gonna
Yeah,
answer that question.
I'm not doing it. But no, I don't think a 20-year-old should be sleeping with a 17-year-old. I mean, you know what I mean? I'm just gonna stay away from the high school kids. Like you're in college, bro. You're running around. You can go to fraternity tomorrow. You need the 17-year-old. I don't know. Like if you were, that would be weird. Like if you met her at 17 and she'd be what, 14? That's tough. Tough one.
Still weird.
So weird.
Still weird.
Still weird. There's no way you're gonna make
You're not talking your way out of this one. Still weird.
Yep. Ain't gonna work.
But when they're 23 and 20, then who gives a fuck?
Pump says Adam Silver's about to screw us like the Flyers.
Amen, Pump.
Why would we amen that? Why would we amen it?
No, we're
But
gonna get the number one
it's going to
pick.
happen. I don't want it to happen.
Cooper Flag,
It's going to
and he's
happen.
not gonna be able to walk. We're gonna give him food poisoning. He's not gonna be able to walk by next year. That's what's gonna happen. We're gonna get him. We're gonna be like, we got our guy. Process. And he's gonna fucking blow his leg out, or just get his money and just not care about basketball.
Got it again. First spin.
There you go.
We got a lot for the Flyers too, but that didn't work out well for us.
Greg, you know what? We need to start. You haven't learned anything in your years here. You haven't learned a thing. It's unbelievable.
Well, I looked today. Like, yeah, the combined odds above us.
Into existence.
But you know what's bad, and you know what's right. I was looking at this today. Like the odds for us to stay at 5 are 2.2. The odds for us to go 6 or 7 are higher than the odds that we have to stay.
Yeah.
Like it's the second highest odds is for us to slip to 6. The first highest odds is for us to slip to 7.
Yeah.
Just individual odds, not like combined.
It's
I think there's like a 63% chance that we keep our pick.
Right.
But individually,
the reason it's higher is because in most lotteries, there's a team behind the top 7 that jumps into the top 4.
The Islanders.
So then that makes you then a higher percentage to have, obviously drop a spot below. Which is why having the 5th spot versus having the 6th spot is a huge difference.
Mm-hmm.
We'd be screwed.
Thunder are losing the playoffs. Just wait.
Yeah, we said it forever.
I don't think so, man. That team's so
I think they're going to get out of the West. They're going to get out of the West. Anyone who comes out of that Minnesota series is too banged up.
The Thunder could win it. But the Cavs are frauds. And it depends who the Thunder play, because the Thunder might get lucky. If the Celtics really just choke out like this, I think the Thunder are better than
looking like
the
a Knicks Pacers go back to the mid-90s Eastern Conference Finals. They might
Noah just woke up.
Yeah, they might bring Reggie Miller and Patrick Ewing out of retirement.
Yeah, Chuck Nolan might be in attendance. Chuck Nolan might be there.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
Spike Lee and Reggie will be going at it again.
The Thunder did it right, and that's a team you want to root for. Unless they take our pick, then all bets are off. But I think they're going to the Western Conference Finals. I think they're going to win this series. I know Denver took game 1, but they're fun to watch. Like Oklahoma City's so deep and so good. And I think they have arguably the best player in basketball that just plays for a small market and is absolutely not talked enough about. You would not even know if you were watching mainstream sports that the Oklahoma City Thunder were the best team in the Western Conference 2 years in a row. You wouldn't even know. If you didn't check a box score ever, you would think they didn't play. There wasn't a team there.
There's people in Oklahoma that don't think
I know that
team there.
It's because ESPN just markets New York and Los Angeles.
I know
that's how it goes.
I know their truth.
What I like about the Thunder is that they didn't force a big 3. I think the big 3 stuff is going away. I think it's fizzing out. Like it really is. Now the only last leg right now is Butler, Curry, and Draymond. If you even consider that, I don't know. But Curry's also
Buddy's the second best player on the team right now. It's
Look,
ridiculous.
we were talking about this in the group chat. Buddy was unplayable for us last year.
Well, accordingly to them, yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah, according to what was amazing was that they thought that the reason he was unplayable was because he was playing directly next to Tyrese Maxey, and then when they had him next to Embiid, which makes more sense than anything in the world because he gets double team more than anybody, he was unbelievable, and they played that for like maybe 6 minutes of the entire playoffs.
It's our luck though, right? It's our luck. Like Buddy's unplayable for us in a playoff series, and then is lighting it up.
Anthony Melton's on that team.
My favorite was watching PJ Tucker start for us. Like, what was that, 2 years in a row, starting for us in playoff games, and then he can't sniff minutes anywhere else. Like the Clippers were like, please just leave, and then now he's on the Knicks and he's just a bench hype guy. Like he's not even getting minutes. He was starting for us, and it was like, oh, PJ Tucker, he's here. Oh my God. Stinks.
Well, I think you can learn from the playoffs right now. Besides, like maybe the Knicks, but you can even put them in that conversation. That chemistry matters. Playing together matters,
and not forcing this big three. Dude, Daryl Morey cares so much about like, oh, Paul George, we got him. We got the third max slot. We gave him $500 million. Like, you don't have to force the big three. Like Tobias Harris, that was Elton Brand.
The right way, and that's what getting rid of Hinkie sucked. Getting rid of Hinkie sucked because that's the direction we were trying to do. Is exactly what Oklahoma City did. Is build through the draft, right? Build chemistry, get a bunch of young players, let them grow together, have a coaching staff that grows with them, right? And that was the idea behind it. It didn't pan out the way we hoped for, but that was the idea behind it.
The NBA forced us to not do it, right? We were the guinea pig. We should have been OKC. If Hinkie was allowed to do what he was planning on doing, the Sixers would have been Oklahoma City 3 years ago, 4 years ago, right? But they weren't allowed to do it because tanking is so bad. Now, 3/4 of the league is doing it, and you can't say that
they allow Oklahoma City to do it because it's a small market,
right? But if you're taking one of your big markets in Philadelphia, like it's stupid.
It's double
right?
Standard.
Like teams have done it forever.
It's a little different though because they traded an all-star for a young player at the time, and now he's the MVP of the league. So like that had a lot to do with it too.
Well, they got lucky.
Yeah, right. So if he's on, we can say whatever we want, and the rest of their players that they drafted are great, but without him, parties are.
They're not the number one seed in the Western Conference.
They're not playing basketball right now. So that's really what did it.
No, you're spot on. You're spot on because they didn't even get him in the draft.
Yeah, we wouldn't be like Carson Wallace, what a player.
And that's how they got all those picks in the first place, was by doing that. They got him and all the picks.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So they did it a different way, but the same way, because they stunk at the same time too. They were stinking and acquiring picks. So they did it a little bit differently. They weren't.
But Hinkie was too, right? Hinkie was.
They weren't
holding draft picks.
Right. But he wasn't afraid to move though. Like he moved Drew, he moved Nerlens.
But we were blatantly.
Yeah, it was
like clear and obvious. Like our statements were clear and obvious what our intentions were.
Yeah, but I completely hear you. But I don't think that I think OKC made the deal to get rid of George more than they thought SGA was going to be the best player in basketball.
Oh, they didn't expect that.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So they just got rid of George, right? So and that's what the Sixers did with a bunch of guys.
They knew they were getting a really good young player though.
They knew they were going to get a good young player and a shit ton of draft picks.
Yep. They knew what they were getting there, but they didn't know they were getting like arguably the best player in basketball. They just didn't know.
They had the same thing for Russ too. They had the same exact thing.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't get Shea. They got Chris Paul, but
still like
a ton of draft picks.
I think we're going to get a top 3 pick.
It is the biggest. I was saying it the other day. It's the biggest day of this franchise since Game 7 in Boston, and it's not even.
And
close.
let's go film the TikTok.
I think top 3. I think we land a top 3. If the NBA, why would the NBA not want us to have a top 3 pick?
Why would the NHL want to reward a poverty franchise like the Islanders?
Why did the Sixers, not the Sixers, I guess, why did Comcast Spectacor name our arena Xfinity Mobile? So now if I say, hey, we're going to Xfinity, I got to explain to you Am I going to the casino? Am I going to the stadium? Or am I going to the bar? Hey, we're
The bar's got rats. Bar's got rats.
Does it? Jeez.
Apparently, there was a code violation because it was
Oh,
dirty.
no.
Well, gee, that's
No one's really
shocking.
there now. Like this
No
time.
one's
of year.
going anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'll say this. I mean, whoever pays them the most money.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, all three of the biggest things are Xfinity. It's just hilarious to me. The casino, the stadium, and
Then
the
you
bar.
got that.
But the casino
gonna
was
go
just
down
live.
If you're
That's
going to go
Xfinity
down to
Live.
the complex and drink,
Yeah.
wouldn't you just go down and tailgate
Yeah.
instead of going into
This time of year,
Xfinity?
yeah.
Instead of going into Xfinity Live and paying
Yeah, those are normally the
12,
people not going.
14 or $18 a beer.
Yeah,
Those
but the
people are
blonde
going
girls
to
got to get their Snapchats out and ride the fucking bull and make a fucking scene. And then the boyfriends get dragged. So that's how everyone ends up in there.
Hey man, going there after a Phillies game every once in a while is fun for about an hour.
And the rats start running across your feet. You're like, I'm out.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's
I
why,
said
when
it's
the,
about an hour.
that's why when the Phillies went, they went up top.
Yeah, they will.
Nobody was going to get bit
And
by
then,
a rat.
and then Brandon Marsh cleans up all those blondes that Mike's talking about.
Yeah, do you think? I think the Knicks have a good chance. I mean, that sounds stupid. They're up 2-0, but like, I don't know. I think the Knicks are probably going to go. They're going to do it.
Boston's coach is an absolute moron. He is an idiot. He is Nick Sirianni on the highest amount of steroids. He is a freaking moron. He just lost the same basketball game to the same team in the same arena 2 days apart. The same game.
Yeah.
It was the same thing. And then I'm watching it, and it's like all crumbling down. He didn't play a close game all of last year. None of those finals games were close. They were by far the best roster. And New York has a very talented roster, very talented five. And like when it comes down to a close game, Jalen Brunson, when he has the ball, he is going to score at the end of every game. Okay, you learned that already. He did it 2 days ago. The fact that you aren't blitzing him and making anyone else on the court beat you doesn't make any sense. And then on the flip side, when you get the ball back and your best player who can't drive by Mitchell Robinson for some reason, forgot how to play the sport, and he's going nowhere. You have a timeout and there's 5 seconds left. Your guy's going absolutely nowhere. How are you not running across midcourt trying to call a timeout? It's a 1-point game. Like, what is it? It was the same thing. Those two things happened in game one, and it happened in game two. The guy's a moron. The fact that Sam Cassell is not the head coach of that team doesn't make any sense.
Well, he's a moron, and their best player isn't their best player.
Mm-hmm.
And he
Well, that
loves
might
the
be
Jack.
true, but at the end of the day, if you lose the same way to the same team in a 2-day span, I'm sorry, that's on the coach, because that was
No, I'm
literally
not.
the
I'm
same
not
game.
telling you who it's on.
It was the same exact game.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
also-
on the
I'm a-
coach, and it's on Tatum too, because he gets in the jack mode too much, and he misses too many threes, and he's too big and can play too much well downhill, and will get calls if he takes it to the bucket more, and he starts to fall in love with the three certain nights, and when he's not making them, they're not as good of a basketball team. When he's making them, they're almost unbeatable. That's the difference in the Celtics. I agree with the coaching, Luke. I'm just giving the other side too. The other person who's responsible for the 2 losses is their best player. Right?
Well,
So it's a combo.
that's where I get confused, because if their best player is not their best player, then it's also on Jaylen Brown. I think Tatum's corny, but I think Brown and Tatum are studs. My problem lies with Porzingis. I feel like he doesn't get hate around the league. Every single year this guy is hurt,
Stinks.
and every single year he does nothing. He had one game one in the finals last year where he didn't play the entire playoffs. He missed every single playoff game, came back game one in the finals against his former team, had 20 points. Cool story, cute. Besides that, every year, tonight he played 13 minutes. Got hurt in game one, played 13 minutes tonight. You can't pay that kind of money to a guy who's just not going to be around. And somehow he gets no slack. Maybe because Boston's so good it doesn't even matter. But now it's starting to matter. When you need a guy like that in this series, you're playing a team like New York who plays great defense. Their 5 is great defense. They got chemistry from Nova, obviously. So Bridges at the end of games, they know he's the stopper. Brunson's the closer. Hart's the hustle. He's literally the heart. He's going to go grab offensive rebounds, keep possessions alive. OG's won a finals. Cat, I don't know. Cat, I've never been a Cat guy. Solid big man. Like I just think Porzingis is. If Porzingis was like what he should be, Boston would be fine. But he played 13 minutes tonight, and you lost by 1. To me, that's what you're missing.
That's a part of it.
Over him.
That's a part of it. And the other thing that's a part of it is if I'm a Celtics fan, I'm pissed that he's not playing downhill. I'm pissed.
And to your point, Tommy, he had 2 free throws tonight, and he was 2 for 2.
That can't happen.
I can't
happen. You can't miss 45 threes in a game. Are you like what? At what point do you have balls and go to your guys? Hey, this ain't working. If you
maybe get to the basket one time.
Yeah.
Like I'm rooting for the Knicks in this series, but I'm just watching it, and this guy's a moron. Like
I don't know who to root for because I hate both.
Destruction.
So it's a hard.
I cannot stand watching Boston win again. I just can't.
I'm just rooting for MSG to blow up.
I hate the Knicks beating them before we do.
I'm with you, right?
That's where it gets me. I hate the Knicks beating them before we do.
Well,
yeah, but the dryer sheet of me, like my family went to Nova.
Game and ours doesn't play.
I watched Nova 2016. Like I was rooting for him like before any of this even happened. So like the dryer sheet to me is like I'd rather the Knicks win.
The dryer sheet.
Yeah, I mean,
I really was.
The Knicks are more likable.
The Knicks are, yeah, for sure.
And I hate it. More toughness.
I hate Karl Towns, dude. I hate that guy so much.
I hate Towns, Ryan. That's the one thing where I'm like, fuck.
Dude. I hate him so much. Everybody else are like, I hate him so fucking much.
But he's good.
He is good.
Why would the Timberwolves get rid of him for Julius Randle and DiVincenzo?
They're idiots too. Because now they can't score and no one can shoot, and they're like, "What happened? I don't know. You traded the only guy that can shoot in your team."
Yeah.
What do you expect to happen?
And I like
sometimes
Randle
guys are just idiots. They're just,
I like Randle more than most, but he's not like going to shoot the 3 well for you, right? I like him, but I gave up a better player. And
I've never been a Cat guy.
I'm not a Cat guy, but he shoots a 3. Great.
He's much better playoff basketball player than Randle. Not even close.
It made way too much sense for the Knicks to do it. I'm just saying, like that's my hate watch. When I watch, I just don't like them. Like I don't know what it is. Like I root for Brunson. I root for Hart and Bridges. I like Deuce McBride off the bench. Campaign, former Sixer. I hate
all of New York. But
everything about it. I start itching above Trenton.
Yeah, like I'm itching right now talking about them. But they are good. And they play tough. They play defense. They're not hateable players.
It makes
they
me
hate
so
you when
mad.
you play them. I hate all of them when we play them, Greg.
I just hate Daddy on the bench. I don't like how Rick Brunson coaches Jay.
Yeah, I don't know why we're trying to sit here and give the Knicks goddamn credit. I don't know why we're trying. They colluded. There was a collusion for days. For days. And we just let it go. Because it's the New York Knickerbockers. Shut the fuck up.
It's all rigged.
All right?
Rigged.
The NBA wants them to be good. The NBA wants Jalen Brunson to be a star. He's a good player. He's not a star. Everybody.
I think he's a star. I think
it's just they make him a star.
He's a
they
top
give
10
him
player.
every damn call.
He's a top 10 player in the league now. And I don't even think
he gets every call.
Not anymore.
He's getting Trae Young.
Last year, no doubt.
2019.
He's Trae Young. He's Trae Young.
That was last year, not this year.
The Patriots, every clip I saw of the Patriots series, he's flopping around like Joel was early in his career.
Nah,
when Joel
that's just the NBA. Shea is the same way. He has free throw.
Shea's the worst too. In that sense,
the best players.
In terms of that, it's much worse. Shea's much worse at that than Brunson.
Let's circle all the way back to Tom's point. Tatum could be that. He just isn't. So hate him or love him for it. It's just stupid.
And then circling back to my point, why isn't he doing it when he was doing it his whole career? Because this coach came in and analytic them to death and told him that 3s are greater than 2s, and he can't stop shooting them. So there you go.
That could be part of it. That could be part of it. But you play the fucking game, all right, and you can decide what you want to do when you're that good of a player, and you can decide, and you should be smart enough that you're an NBA champion. All right, you're an NBA champion, and you got comfortable settling. That's what I watched. The analytics in sports, big time problem. big issue. But what I'm watching is this is easier than going into the trees and getting the contact and fighting through the contact to score. That's what I'm watching a pussycat. That's what I'm watching. It's a
and how's this for
talk,
analytics?
and he's a
lost by
pussycat
one.
right now.
Yep.
That's your analytics. You lost by 1. So your 2 free
three.
throws would have got it done.
You scored 90 points.
Yeah. Keep jacking, boys. Keep listening. Somebody
Keep
get to the
watching
bucket. Because both guys are better get to the bucket guys than they are 3-point shooters, in my opinion. Both guys are better slashers.
I don't even think that's debatable. That's why this whole thing doesn't make any sense.
Why they got drafted?
Keep launching them. Keep launching. It's good.
Like
It's
both of
going
them
real
got drafted
well.
where they were, right, Luke? They both got drafted where they were because they can get to the bucket. They can take you off the dribble.
Keep
They
throwing
can
shit
beat
up
you.
there.
They can break you down one-on-one. And now we break down guys one-on-one 75 feet away. We're from freaking Manhattan. I'm going to break you down from Manhattan tonight. And it was in Boston. You break down from the fucking Tea Party. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm yelling like a Celtics fan.
Yeah, let Derek White, let Horford, Derek White, Pritchard, let them shoot all the threes that you drive and kick to. But the stars just get to the rack and shoot your free throws. Just start flopping.
He's
as
the
stupid as
biggest
it is, everyone else
loser
does it.
winner. He's the biggest loser winner in sports history.
Who?
Jason Tatum, in my opinion. The biggest loser winner. I don't like him. I hate the
I can't be mad at him because we didn't draft him. We should have drafted him. We didn't. I can't even be mad at him.
Would have never happened.
Good guy. I'm not talking about off the court. I have to.
We would have never had the opportunity to. I know in theory we did, but
I don't give a shit about that. What I give a shit about is I don't like him. And I don't like. I like fraud.
But Greg, I totally disagree with that.
For sure, fraud.
Greg, I totally disagree with that.
I'm a
They
big Brown
traded
guy.
us the pick because they knew we were going to take
feel.
faults. Correct.
right, yes.
Correct. Okay, but there's no contract that we had to do it. You could screw.
Yeah,
Boston
no.
over.
Yeah, you're
could say,
right there.
"Ha-ha."
We could. Yeah, you could double reverse and go back on that and take them. Sure, but
Good.
that was when the NBA owned the Sixers and was
we're
running
also
the
acting like
Sixers.
we're also acting like the people in charge were smart enough to do something like that.
Right.
No,
So, but
Fultz was always
not
the pick.
doing
He
that.
was always the pick.
Yeah.
I'm the only anti-Tatum guy in the country. So, I'm.
Oh,
I
just
think he's
God.
corny.
No,
No,
disagree.
he's
I
corny
fucking
as
hate
shit.
Jason Tatum.
Okay,
I
I'm on
fucking hate
Revis
Jason
Island over here. I feel like sometimes.
no, you're not.
No,
Because
I
I know a
fucking
lot
hate
of people think
Dude
he's
stinks.
awesome, and I think he's he's awesome when he's hitting the three. Cool, and then he'll jack him.
He's awesome, like a lot of fake,
1 for 12, 6 points
superstars
in the
are
fourth
when it's
quarter
easy.
tonight.
When it's easy,
1
he's
for
awesome.
12. 1 for 12. How many threes did he shoot tonight in the fourth quarter?
Well, he
I
took
don't know.
5
Hang
in the
on.
whole game. I don't know about fourth quarter.
I saw
I
it
think he's
for
super
12.
corny. Don't get me wrong, but the problem is people either love him and put him on this pedestal that he's not on, or they hate him and say he sucks so much, and they say he stinks to where he's not even at. He's a very good player. People love him too much and think he's better than he is, and then people hate him too much and think he's worse than he is. That's my problem with him. It's up
That's
and down.
me. I'm in that camp.
There is no in between. You're in one camp or you're in the other
so-
camp, and there's no where he's at.
Here's Tatum's stats for the games 1 and 2 combined. 12 of 42, 5 of 20 from 3, 28% from 28% overall, 25% from 3. So
Yeah, but he's also a champion. And when Anthony Edwards does stuff like that, we're like, oh, Michael Jordan. Anthony Edwards doing the same thing, and we're quiet.
I disagree.
and smaller market.
I think no. Can I explain Anthony Edwards? I think Anthony Edwards at times is too passive and wants to get too many people involved and doesn't take over games earlier on. I think the opposite of Edwards. I think if Edwards
but he still shoots way more threes than he should.
No, I
more.
don't disagree
He
with
shoots
that.
way too many
But the
threes.
whole league does. Right, but you're not wrong.
Yeah, but
The whole league
he
does.
did it this year because they got rid of Cat, and now they have no one on the court that
Now
can
he's
shoot.
the
because
jacker.
DiVincenzo can't
Yep.
find it,
No, he's
and
the
so
jacker.
now he's just jacking whatever.
That's
he
just
wants.
it's just
that's
funny. It's narratives in
inexcusable, too.
sports. It's
His
bigger
inexcusable. It's
market.
even more inexcusable because he's even better than Tatum, in my opinion, of taking you off the dribble. At this point, like he's even more explosive.
I mean, he had a movie built after him. He's so good.
But these guys start settling, right? That's my whole point about all of them.
Yes.
They start settling for it because they're that good, and then they don't realize, like, dude, I just shot my team out of a fucking game tonight.
Yeah, like Tatum shot
It's
4
almost
for
identical.
15 from
The
3 in the
Timberwolves
first
scored.
game.
Timberwolves
4
scored
for
88
15
points last night.
In the
Celtics
first game.
scored 90. Both of them were 1 for 5 from 3. Timberwolves scored 2 less points, and they're both 1 for 5 from 3. I don't know. I just think it's like when he does it, it's like, no problem. He's Michael Jordan. He's this, he's that. And then when Tatum does it, it's like, it's
I
just
saw
narratives
Charles
in
Barkley
sport.
call him out on it last night for like the first time.
Yeah.
To go to your point about not jacking threes, OKC just won by 43. SGA was 11 of 13, 34 points, just one of 2 from 3 tonight.
He
Yeah,
shoots
that's not
more
his game.
mid-range
I know,
jumpers
I
than
know, but
anyone
still.
in the league.
Like
And he's the
Monte
best player
Ellis.
on the planet.
Incredible.
Here's the
Monte
big
Two
Ellis.
best
stat.
players. The two best players
Monte.
on the planet shoot mid-range jumpers.
The
Him and
big stat
Jokic.
is 11-11 from the free throw line. 11
You know
for
what
11.
matters,
Yeah.
Luke?
He looks for the
analytics?
higher. He looks for the higher percentage shot and nails it.
Yeah, can I tell you what's these analytical freaking sheeted up guys that can't see past it. You know what's better analytic wise? You make a ton of those mid range.
Yeah, I was gonna say the ball goes in the hoop.
Yeah.
Score.
You're like, you know what's
Yeah.
contagious?
Wow.
The ball going in the hoop. It's
Yeah.
contagious too. It's a good time.
Is that how you
People like
score?
I hate these guys. I hate what they've made, what they turned the NBA into. I hate it. They all turned it into this. It's hard to watch some nights. It really is. And I'm an NBA guy. It's hard to watch because these guys love it. They love it. Stand around, pound the ball into the ground for 10 seconds. Look at me, Jack. Look at me, Jack. Everybody's carrying. Look at Jack. Go away. Go away. Make the NBA great again. I've had enough. I love the 3-ball. Love a good 3-ball. But it used to be exciting. Now it's like, oh, cool. Now we're gonna do 3-quarter shots, 3-quarter court shots. That's what we're gonna start doing, guys. We're gonna do the next guy. Wait, these guys
Missoula
from
will
like
have them all
Nigeria.
jacking them all day. They'll be
A
jacking
guy
them
from
behind
a guy
half
from
court.
like Nigeria who would get drafted. Look at this guy. First guy just burying threes from under the other basket.
The funniest part is it's so hit or miss too, because like I feel like a lot of these games have been low scoring. There's been a lot of 90s and 88s.
Yeah, jacking.
Like they're still jacking, but they're not. It's not like they're scoring. Like OKC tonight, 149 is ridiculous.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
I think they're far and away the best team still playing. Far and away.
Well, this is what happens too when you lose game 1 on your home court too. Man, this should happen game 2.
I mean, they also choked that real bad. That was horrible. That was a sell.
Oh man,
make the NBA great again. Man, I think Pacers Knicks is going to feed families. I think that's going to be a hell of a series.
I think this series is going to feed families.
You think so? I think, dude. I think Boston's fizzing out. I said it.
I don't even know.
Like I literally said it. Derek White, Drew Holiday, Jason Tatum. They all went to the Olympics. Like they haven't had a break. They won the championship.
He thinks Knicks Pacers is going to draw a ton of ratings, like it's 1995 again.
No,
Yeah,
not
it's
ratings.
be
I'm
like
just talking. It's
one
going to
of
be a
a
great
classic.
series.
Yeah, like all the time.
Let's
I think
feed
it's going to be this one.
Yeah, UNICEF. How we feeding families?
Families at home.
I want zero part of Tyler Houghton Burton's dad anywhere around here. He should get headbutted right in the forehead. Loser. I don't want nobody could want the Pacers to lose more than maybe me right now. I want no parts of Pacers.
What if they
And
play the
enough.
Knicks in the conference?
I don't even
finals?
like them. They're not exciting. Nobody's feeding families watching the Indiana goddamn Pacers.
Right, I think
said
it's
that
this
ever.
series. It's going to be this one.
Nobody
It's
said.
a
Larry Bird wouldn't even say it right now. Right? He wouldn't say like us will feed families, guys. This series. Yeah, I mean this is a potential series. Pacers next. Oh,
I love
my
it,
God.
dude. Because no one knows who's going to win. It'll probably go 7 games.
I know who's going to win.
Do you?
Yeah.
We don't even know if they're going to get there. You know who's going to win?
Yeah, if they get there. You brought up the hypothetical. I'm going to give you the hypothetical. Who's going to win?
Right. Who is
That's
it?
how it works. Knicks.
Yeah, Knicks in 5.
Okay.
Yeah, the Pacers. That little Cinderella run will go away.
They beat them
Right,
last year.
Yeah,
They
we'll
beat 'em
start
last
jacking.
year. Yeah, like
Fuck
I
last year.
like the
They
Pacers
didn't
because
have
they run.
Towns. They didn't have Towns. I don't think they had was that Anunoby playing? at that
Yeah,
time?
he was playing.
He
Yeah.
was playing?
They,
All right.
they didn't have Towns or Bridges, which
Yeah, that's
I
fun.
mean, big
So
additions.
two of their starters. Yeah.
Good time. It's a good time. Maybe
Yep.
better.
Yep.
Right? Screw the Pacers too. Right? French looked Indiana. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a shit. Okay, Larry, great player. Nobody gives a shit about
What,
French.
Larry's still the GM in Indiana?
I don't know. I feel like he's still there. I never heard of him not being there because Rick's still there. Larry's got to still have a role in that.
I think
Yeah,
he's got to still be there.
He's
Might
still
not
president of
be.
basketball operations. Is he still
Let's look.
president? Let's Google. Yeah, I mean,
You know
we're
what? I
here.
might go grab a beer for Greg Popovich.
Go get a beer now. Come on back.
I might go crack one for Pop.
We'll be sitting here. Pop can't even walk. I feel bad for Pop.
Yeah.
Love Pop.
Wikipedia says
I'm going to call
former executive.
Later, Noah.
later. Boys, I'll see you next week.
All right, man. Later.
Later, brother. Who is it then?
Let's see.
I think his son. Larry Jr. Larry Bird Jr. Is he even have a kid? I don't know if he has a kid. Doesn't matter. Just nobody cares about French Lick. But I think, listen, that's it.
Larry's not actively with the Pacers organization anymore.
All right.
Oh.
Crushing Larry for no reason.
You want to talk about overrated guys? Fucking Tyrese Halliburton's overrated as hell. That dude's
I agree.
too.
I agree. Shoots like a loser. Like he shoots like a weirdo.
I don't know. The guy keeps going to the conference finals somehow. I don't know.
He does. He's
Some
got a
point-
great coach.
We can't do it. We're shit. The guy
Does have a great guy. I do like me some Ricky. Ricky's a good coach. Always has been. Rick's a good coach.
I would take him on the Sixers.
And he'll forget how to coach.
I'm not.
He'll get
I'm
here,
not
Luke,
standing
and
for
he'll
the-
forget how to coach.
The
Did Rick
Halliburton.
forget how to
hate.
coach when he got here? Well, you like how you would too. You would.
He would.
You would.
Dude, the guy
I
gets
like
called the
him
most
too.
overrated player in basketball
Yeah,
and
I
wins
don't get
2 games
I
against
don't-
the best team in the East.
And he's always the guy that always
Don't
wins the conference
don't
finals.
start with
This will be
that
the
shit. The
second year
Cavs
in a
are
row.
overrated too. That team fucking stinks. Another one. Donovan Mitchell. He fucking stinks.
Oh, don't
Agreed.
say that.
Terrible.
Yeah,
Don't
Don't
48
say that
48
too
points.
loud. Someone might come for you.
Another jacker.
48 points.
He
He stinks.
stinks.
Yeah.
Another jacker.
He shot 50% last night. He had 48 points. He stinks. Like, what do you say?
Stinks.
It makes no
He
sense.
stinks.
He does. Stink.
Halliburton definitely does
I'll
not
tell you who
stink.
stinks. Darius
They both
Garland, their
stink.
second punch. Evan Mobley. They all stink. Donovan Mitchell had 48.
Guess what? The Cleveland
Single-handedly.
Cavaliers do what they do. And we're going to sit here and we're going
Well,
to
they
crown
didn't play. No
Indiana.
one played.
We're
They
going to
got
crown
screwed.
Indiana. Let's crown Indiana for doing what people do against Cleveland. No LeBron. All right. That's what people do against the Cleveland Cavaliers. That was the Remo last year. Great regular season team. Oh, fucking cute story. And we're going to sit here and crown Tyrese and his goddamn stupid dad. And we're going to do this tonight. I got no time.
Yeah, but the only reason he gets crowned is because people are trying to say he's overrated. Like the poll overrated. Everyone says, he stinks. He's overrated. If he keeps going to the conference finals,
Yeah,
like,
I mean, at some point,
this
come on.
roster is not
we
the best in the world.
we make a move, and it's like, will this bring us to the conference finals? This guy's about to be there 2 years in a row, and he's by far the best player on his team. He stinks.
Trey
Yeah,
Young
I
went
don't
there
get
one year too. Trey Young went there 1 year too.
Yeah, but he's about to go
Yeah.
twice in a row.
Oh, he's not there yet. And
You're
then
right,
I'll grow.
he's not there yet.
I'll
Plus,
Tommy
I'll
Crow.
say the only
Tommy
thing
Crow
about
will come
Cleveland.
back. I'll be Tommy
The only
Yeah,
thing
but
Crow.
about
Tom, to your point, why is
Whole
nobody
life,
saying
Tommy
Trey Young's
Crow.
overrated?
Huh? I say
Why is
Trae
no one
Young's
saying Trey
overrated.
Young's
I
overrated?
say it all the time.
Trey Young is
Oh,
also
now
overrated.
that's not
He
even a
stinks
hot
too.
take anymore. I feel like everyone's saying
Yeah, I
that
stopped
now.
saying it because I didn't need to say it anymore because everybody
Yeah.
realized it.
Yeah.
Right.
I guess
But I don't think Halliburton's overrated. I think Halliburton's a good player. I do. I think he shoots weird, and I don't really love him. But I don't hate him like I hate Tatum. Like I don't have a hate. Right. And it's just like Brunson. I think Brunson's like overrated, but I think he's still really good. Like there's levels to this. I'm not saying the guy stinks. I was joking saying he stinks, but he's a really good player. I don't think he's a great player. And that's okay. That's okay, but you can win. You can be a winner too, right? Which can take your level up. But right? But I think Brunson, really good player. I don't think he's a star.
So what
Like,
annoys
would you say Brunson's supporting cast is better than Tyrese's?
Yes. But I think
So
Tyrese is really good.
I would love to see
Tyrese
what
has good
Halliburton.
players though. Like I think Siakam's a really good player.
Oh, I do too.
And he's got a
I would
really
love to
good
see what
coach.
Halliburton would do with Bridges, Cat, Anunoby.
Oh, it'd be
Josh Hart.
awesome. Because again,
But Brunson did this.
Tibbs,
Brunson
really
did this
good
last
coach.
year. It's not. He's been doing it for a while.
No,
Brunson's
I like
a top 10.
it.
I'll stand on. He's a top 10 player in the league. If the game is close and he's on your team at the end of a game, he almost never loses. And to me, that's top 10 stats.
I
like every
I'm
time.
not gonna. We can argue semantics on where he ranks out player wise, but he's
I feel
not
like if you're top 10, you're a star. If you're a top 10 player in the league,
I think this like star is really debatable right now. I think like stars is hard to just.
I definitely agree with that, but I think
hard.
he is one.
I think the biggest debatable one is Luka. I really do.
Oh my god! I could not be on the other side. I
If
could not be more on the other side.
If you put Jalen on Indiana, are they as good?
Yes. Yeah. He went to people forget he went to the conference finals with Dallas and was amazing too before he got it back. Like people forget that even happened. Like he's been a very good player.
Very good player. And he had young Luka, who
there's no doubt about it.
Obviously the best version of Luka.
Not everyone's LeBron. Like you can't go there yourself. You can't.
No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
I don't disagree. It's weird, Luke, because he doesn't play and look like a star. Is that fair?
He wins. He is to date the clutchest
time
player.
You win when you win. You don't win until you win.
Yeah, but Jalen Hurts was a winner.
But we were talking about Jason Tatum, and he won last year.
I understand. So, I said he's the biggest winner loser of all time. So I called him a winner.
Right.
But then he's also a loser. So he gets the winner nod. Now Brunson's not a loser.
No.
And neither's Tatum. I'm just talking shit. But the point of it is I don't know. Maybe superstar is the word I'm looking for. Is it a star? He's not a superstar.
I think the term superstar gets thrown around way too liberally.
Everybody is.
Everyone's a superstar.
Yeah,
if they dethrone Boston on the pace that he's on right now and the big shots that he's making, and he dethrones them, he is absolutely a superstar. Absolutely.
Yeah,
no doubt about it.
Nope, because then you got to go win it all then.
Okay, I'm just saying this team was unbeatable. This team is unbeatable.
Unbeatable until you go add Mikal Bridges and Karl Anthony Towns to it.
Okay, well, I'm sorry you can't do it all himself.
No shit, but got real beatable real quick.
Yeah, of course. They have a very good team.
They got great starting five.
Yeah, they do.
So it takes 4 to tango.
Obviously, but he's taking all the big shots.
Yeah, to beat the
he's
best.
Taking all the big shots. All of them. He did it against Detroit. He's doing it here.
Need guys to keep you in the game to get the big shots too. Need teammates.
Detroit got hosed.
I'm saying he's really good. He's really good.
Detroit got hosed.
But you just don't get thrown into like a megastar category for dethroning somebody in the second round, in my opinion. When you're as good as you
doing this, he's been.
I feel like when Embiid got to if he ever got to the conference finals, we'd be like superstar, stamp it.
Yes,
he is when he's healthy, but he's never healthy, so he's not. Right, so you get semantics with him too. But
he also won an MVP, so it's a little
like get me. Like all I'm saying to guys is go win the whole damn thing, and then I'll put you in megastar conversation real quick. You'll go from
all right. So is Anthony Edwards a superstar? Because he's been in the conference finals one time, and he's been playing a lot less than he's been. Yeah, I think he is. I think he is. I think they both are. That's what I'm saying.
I think they're different types. That's all. The one guy.
I'm not saying I would rather.
The one guy tells you
Anthony Edwards.
A casual person, a casual basketball turns on the TV, and both of them two guys are playing. They're going to naturally go to Edwards as more of the megastar. That's all my point is. Not that the other guy.
Whole thing is
it's weird. The other guy plays slow. It's slow. He plays slow. So that's my whole point, Luke. Is my eyes tell me like really good, plays slow, but clutch. That's what my eyes tell me. But then they don't. What he does, his game doesn't pop off the charts to you. And that's where I go with that. But to your point, he wins games. He does win games.
So this whole conversation is so subjective with the superstars, because it's like if you could tell me right now Kevin Durant is a superstar or he's not a superstar, and I think you're both right.
He was.
Yeah,
he was.
I think either or right.
I don't think anymore. I don't think anymore is the argument. Sorry, Rock.
How about Giannis?
An argument.
Right now, I don't think so. Just with as much talent, at least on paper, as that team has, how the fuck do you not make the playoffs?
No, yeah, forget KD. What about Giannis? Like, I feel like if you tell me he's a superstar,
oh my god, he's absolutely
100% a superstar. 100% what are we talking about here?
Talk about a bad roster. He's playing with nobody.
A bad roster and a shit coach.
Was done 3 years ago.
Greg loves it. So Greg loves it.
Stinks.
Greg loves it. Greg's anti Giannis.
I was just
I'm not a big Giannis guy.
I was seeing some stuff like if we got the 3rd pick or the 4th pick or something like that, would you call Milwaukee and be like, hey, I will give you, like, let me unleash the Paul George contract. I will give you this pick to get me Giannis. That's the only player on the planet that I would consider trading the pick for, if in a trade like that.
You get Giannis next to Maxey, and then you could.
Because then if you get Giannis, Embiid doesn't even matter.
Yes,
because he's bad. It wouldn't even matter.
Like, I want 1 million.
I think
no. Obviously,
it matters a lot. If he's healthy, nobody ever beats us.
No. 100%. I'm just saying in terms of like an everyday playing on an everyday basis.
Like 1 million. That's not
play your 28 game regular season, Luke. We'll give you a little 28 game or pick your games.
Yeah.
You can pick your schedule. You pick yours. We'll see you playoff time.
Does he get a hoagie on the bench?
Sure. Yeah. For sure. He can get whatever he wants. Full spread.
Red frame it good enough to go catch it, guys.
Yeah, I'm not a Giannis guy. I'd rather.
I mean, I'm not a huge Giannis guy either, but like he's a top 5 player in the world for sure.
Yeah, that's why he's the only guy I would consider. But like, this is the best class since 09.
Yeah, I mean, I'll trade the
1 to 7. There are superstar potential written from 1 to 7 or 1 to 6.
I will always trade potential for proven. If I'm receiving proven and trading potential, I'll do it every day of the week.
You want to give me a star for a star that plays all the time, right? For a pick, see ya.
We're not talking the last 3 to 4 years. This is a very high end talent draft, one of the better ones in recent memory. In terms of 1 to 7, like Dylan Harper, that guy is a monster at 2.
I was just about to ask, Dylan Harper or Ace Bailey?
Dylan Harper is the consensus second best player there. And honestly, I would pick Ace Bailey 3rd, but a lot of people like VJ Edgecombe a lot. And I do too. But he's more of like the day one.
Harper's number 2.
Oh my God, it's not even close. You know who he reminds me of a lot when he's a lot younger coming out of college. So it's definitely a stretch. He's Jalen Brunson. He's 6'6". He plays with his back to the basket. He's a gritty defender. He can do it all with the ball in his hands.
See, I didn't see much defending
next to Tyrese Maxey.
I didn't see much defending in at Rutgers. That's what kind of soured me on Brunson or on Dylan Harper, which kind of, to me, for the Sixers at least. I mean, Dylan might be. You're right. Milt might be the second best talented player. But for the that's good. But for the Sixers, I was more Ace Bailey just because of the fit.
Right, but this is where I take this conversation, and we need to drain this home, because this team is not 1 player away or 2 players away or a top 6 pick away, unless maybe it's Cooper Flag, then maybe we can have a conversation. You cannot pick for fit.
No, you can't. The best player.
You have to pick the best player there, and I get it. If you have the 2nd pick in the draft, and this is a hypothetical, you have to pick Dylan Harper. I don't care if he's a perfect fit next to
no. Have more upside.
Dylan Harper is just a better basketball player right now, and he's only 19, and he can do it all. He's a superstar in the making. And I don't care if you have 2 guards on your team already, because he's that good. You can't worry about how good McCain might be. You just can't. Or how good.
Oh,
You
yeah.
have
Not
to
worried
pick
about
the best
McCain.
player. You have to pick the best player and figure it out.
I don't think anybody would say that you don't need to take the best player. I don't know who the second best
No,
player
because
in this
there's so
draft
many
is.
people out there that are like Ace Bailey, or like we need a forward, or we need this, or we need that. You can't go into the draft, especially like this, being like, we need the draft for need. Howie Roseman will tell you better than anybody. You're drafting for need, you're reaching all the time.
Yeah, I think
that's how you draft. Like it, you can't do it. And I get it. It's not ideal to have 3 guys 6'6" and below, and like maybe your 3 best young players. But in that hypothetical, you absolutely owe it to your fan base to do that. Right now, your young core has 1 superstar or 1 star in it. 1 in Maxey. That's it. Embiid's not a star because he's never playing. Paul George isn't a star. We like Grimes. We like McCain. We like Edwards and Bona. But you don't have another star on your entire team. So when you're on the clock, you can't draft someone because he's a forward or because you think he'll play better next to Maxey. You don't have stars on your team. Coming from a GM who's obsessed with the idea of stars and thinks the only way you can win with stars, he has none.
Yeah, that's why I'm out on the Giannis thing, because I don't think Embiid's good enough. I think that's the hard truth is you got to get rid of him. He's good enough, but he's not healthy enough. He's not sustainable. Like, I don't think he's sustainable. Like he's not. He just is proven it. Like we're literally doing the same thing over and over every single year, and it's the definition of insanity. It's like he gets a surgery. Oh my God, he's going to be healthy. Well, if he does stay healthy, we're going to be dangerous, and then he never does. And you're going to sign these stars to try to pair with them, and it'll never work out because they'll never play enough time in games together. And then by the playoffs, they'll just be fizzed out. So it's like I'm out on the Giannis. I'm out on the Paul George. I'm out on Embiid. Get rid of them all. You got Maxey. You got McCain. You got the draft coming up. You got Edwards. Like, it's time to start over. Like, you can't to me, it's like trying to get Giannis or trying to get another star. It's like it's not going to do anything. It really is not. Like, how many teams just get put together and then go win a championship? Like, even the Knicks lost last year. They had to add 2 more pieces. Like, I just don't see it.
The Lakers.
Yep.
Lakers what?
They just put a team together too in the trade deadline or around the trade deadline. Yeah.
Gone. I thought you meant the year they won.
I like Ace Bailey a lot. And if we're at 3, that's where it's a no-brainer. But 2, I just think Harper is the better player.
Yeah. Well, that's almost why I hope we if we get into the top 3, I want to be 1 or 3. I don't want to be 2. Just so that, all right, you're 1, you're taking Cooper Flag, and then
1 and 3
you're like, okay,
are the easiest picks in the draft.
Yeah, you take who's left.
Yeah. Take whoever's
probably
there.
4 too.
Because I know for a fact if we get 2, we're taking the wrong fucking guy. I know it's going to happen.
Yeah.
At least if we get,
Harper's going to turn into a crumb, right? He's going to be a James Harden clone.
At least if we get 3. Like, all right, hey, and he doesn't pan out. Well, that's just our fucking luck. We took the 3rd best guy in the draft, and this is what happened.
Yeah, I want to get Jordan go 3 the one year. Did Jordan go 3?
Jordan went 3.
Yeah, like I want 3 to just you just let somebody fall into my goddamn lap.
Yeah, give me 1 or 3.
1 or 3.
Like 1, 3, and 4 are the easiest picks in the draft.
Who you going for?
4. Yeah, it was
VJ Edgecombe's easily the 4th best. And as of today,
man, there's other good players.
No, there's that's what I'm saying, and that's why if you have 6 and 7 or even 5, like Con Knippel's really good. Trey Johnson's really good.
I like Trey Johnson. I like Trey Johnson.
I can't believe Rutgers is making like this kind of a splash here.
It's called money.
For what it's worth,
that's crazy. Like, who would have thought? Who would have thought in the process?
They won like 9 games this year.
That's what makes it hard.
They had the 2 best players. They had the 2 best freshmen, and they won 9 games.
I went to the game at Penn State. The center couldn't even catch the ball.
Yeah,
it was unbelievable. Because they wasted all their money on it.
Yeah, I had a buddy who transferred out of there, and yeah, they were just bad.
Like, who would have thought in the process era, like 5, 6, 7 years ago, it'd be like we be top 3 pick. We're taking guys out of Rutgers.
Yeah,
for sure.
Like what? Like what?
Yeah, it would be.
Now, granted, we took guys out of freaking Washington and LSU. That's a whole different story. But That's crazy.
Once again,
I do think Trey Johnson might be my least favorite out of that group, just because I feel like he has more questions than answers.
That's funny. It's funny you say that because that's how I kind of feel about VJ Edgecombe.
Right.
Yeah,
I just think
he's athletic. He's athletic as shit. But
the poor man's Paul Reed. To be honest.
Yeah, I worry that he's just not skilled enough.
No, he has the shot, which is there, and an NBA body. So anything he builds off of that is just a major plus. So I think his floor is really, really, really high. Like I think
it's B-ball Paul 2.0.
B-ball Paul.
Yeah.
Play different positions, but
that's
I don't know. He has an NBA build for sure. I think at the very
that
least,
he does.
He's a really
and he is super athletic, right? So I mean,
yeah, that's why if you can come out of this with a young 19-year-old that can already do those two things.
We're doing this.
Young 19-year-old. Hey-o.
Goddamn Uber creeps back.
Yeah.
You're doing so good.
You guys don't even know about him.
We were doing so good.
It felt so good.
He's an Uber creep. Uber creep.
Here's for Pop. Shout out to Pop, bitch.
Hey, Pop.
Yeah.
Poor guy can't walk.
That's fine.
Oh my god. So dude, I mean, this draft's loaded. Like they have the one mock as it's getting Colin Knippel at 6.
Love him.
And he's he might be the best shooter in the whole draft. So
shooter,
tough,
score off the dribble.
Yeah, tough.
Yeah, I like him a lot.
I'm
not
good.
A great athlete though, but
no, not a great athlete. Like doesn't have the upside of some other guys. But I mean, listen, I think we're going to I did a draft simulator and it had to land right on 1 too. So
every time I do it, I keep getting 1. I
got the last 3 times. So somebody's knocking on heaven's door here and letting us know where we're going to land.
I mean, let's be honest. You really think if they're in that lottery room, and I'm not saying it has to be us, but if Utah gets the first pick, you don't think Adam Silver's looking around and like, let's run that back? I mean, that would be the worst possible outcome for them.
Who gets? Yeah, Jazz. Yeah.
Spurs get the number 1.
Well, they would shock me that they give Pop a parting present.
That would be fun to watch, though.
Yeah, that would be fun.
That team would be fun
Wemby and Flag. Oh my!
I think they're begging that he comes to the East Coast in some capacity, whether it's us or Brooklyn. I think that they're praying that's what happens.
They can make it happen. All you gotta do is close the doors.
He's gonna go to Brooklyn. They're gonna get the number 1 pick. Watch.
It's gonna be the Long Island lottery show.
Yeah.
You get the Brooklyn Nets and you get the New York, New Jersey, whatever freak Islanders. What a poverty franchise! I still can't believe they won the freaking lottery. And then Mishkov doesn't get love for Rookie of the Year. Like, what the hell is that?
Well, they can't pronounce his name.
Yeah, because he led everybody in goals and assists as a rookie.
Yeah.
How's he not even in the running? Whether he wins or not is irrelevant. How's he not even in the running for the award?
Awards in sports never made sense to me. I feel like it never goes to the right person.
No.
Yeah, I feel like we talked about that before. Always goes to somebody. Like when they gave Embiid the MVP, like it should have went to Jokic, and then Embiid should have won the year before. So like,
right, yeah. It should have been
and then the year Jokic won. I called him Wokage. The year Jokic won, it should have been SGA, I think. And then this year SGA is going to win, and it should have been Jokic.
I hope not.
I don't know. They won a lot of games. I hear you.
Jokic is so good, though.
He is really good.
Like, stupid good.
Yeah.
I think SGA just wins it.
The gap between him and the next best player in the league, I think, is like as far as it's been in a long time.
It still annoys the shit out of me because it looks like that dude should be playing at a fucking YMCA.
He's unbelievable. He can't jump over a curb, and he's the best player in the league.
It's the most
Because
absurd
you literally you can't block a shot. Like he shoots over his head.
Yeah,
That's why you can't block it.
Hey, those shoots from behind himself. Like, did you just? How did you do that? Did you do a 360 this way? Did you shoot this way? Like a robot?
Vision doesn't make any sense either.
No, and he can dish it like nobody's business. And it looks like he's playing 3-on-3 at times.
Looks like he's moving backwards.
He's always moving backwards.
He's so slow. I don't know how the fuck he gets by anybody.
He always puts his butt to you, right? He's always hello, right with his butt. He's always butting you down like you would when you don't have the athleticism to get by people, right? And then nobody dishes out of double teams better than he does. Yeah, right. It's
absurd. It's like watching your drunk uncle play basketball outside, but he does it in the NBA, and he scores 30
with all his brothers.
But he does it in the NBA.
With all his brothers in the stands, cheering them on. With all his drunk brothers trying to fight everybody.
Yeah, beating the shit out of people in the stands.
Yeah.
And he does it with like the most, like Jamal Murray is the most inconsistent player in basketball. Michael the possession ends here, Porter Jr.
Oh my God! You see the coach got fired too? That was funny. That was funnier than any story I think the Sixers have ever had. That like he wanted to trade Michael Porter Jr., but they wouldn't do it because he has ties to Missouri. But they play in Denver. Like, who gives a shit if he has ties to Missouri? What the hell is that about? The whole thing, like, who gives a shit? And then the guy's out of a job. They're like, "Yeah, you're gone. You won a championship. You're gone."
You remember Michael Malone was like,
right
he was at the parade and he was like, Bruce Brown's going nowhere.
Oh yeah, don't call it. You got to call him Mike.
Yeah, call him Mike. It's Michael. It's not Mike. It's Michael.
I'll call him Mike.
Yeah, but call him that.
Wait, what?
He got mad at one of his press conferences. Someone called him Michael.
On the court.
Oh, what? I thought it was in a.
It was an in-game. It was an in-game report.
Game, and she asked him.
Right.
She said, "Hey, Mike, I'm here with Mike Malone," and he goes, "It's Michael." And she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And I'm like, "This fucking loser." I'm like, "I hope he never wins another game ever." Yeah, I hope he never wins another game ever.
I mean, what if I was like, "I'm here with Thomas Arnone"?
I'd be like, "Okay, we're gonna talk." I'm not gonna tell you.
It's true.
It's Tom.
Full government.
No, call me Tom. I mean, that's a different conversation. Call me Tom, right? Like joking around. Call me Tom. You don't gotta.
Or you just wait till after. Hey, yo, next time.
But I'm not gonna go above it. Like, imagine
Yeah.
I'm a loser if you say I'm here with Tom Arnone and I say, "Oh, Thomas."
No, he made it sound like this girl was like an idiot for calling him that. Like she got her fine for calling. Yeah.
I would have called him Mikey if I was the next interviewer. Hey, Mikey. Mikey. Answer the question. You just won't answer me. I'll just be the reporter in the back. Mikey. Hey, Mikey. I got one, Mikey. Then they kicked me out of the room. Kick me out of the room. Hey, Mikey. Mikey Malone.
Mikey, you got a hoagie? Hey, Mikey, you got a hoagie?
Hey, Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse Malone. You there, Mickey Mouse Malone? Oh, man. What a clown. Good coach, though. Clown.
I hope not, Pump.
Imagine that's why your players don't like him. You can't come up with a nickname. Imagine your players, like the disdain they have for you. Like, we can't even at the cafeteria. Like, we can't, like, hey, Mikey.
Hey, Skip.
It's Michael. It's Michael. Hey, coach. Michael, you know it. Tell your friends. Oh,
he calls Porter Jr. He calls Porter Jr. MPJ. He's probably like, "Yo, it's Michael." I'll do it right back to him.
That was the Byron Scott report.
Oh God.
No, it was a chick. I thought it was a chick asking.
No, it was a chick.
Yeah, it was a sideline.
Yeah.
I thought that said Bryson Stott, and I was like, "What?"
I have no idea what Pump.
Guess I'm dyslexic.
Pump's just still driving. Could you imagine this? We're crushing them.
I'd fucking hit no shot, dude.
Hiring Nick Nurse and bringing him in would be the biggest waste of money. They're the same guy.
they're actually the same person.
One just doesn't need to be called Nicholas. You know what I mean?
I like Nick Nurse. I like Mike Malone too. I think they're good coaches. Like,
no, I'm just joking. Like, this would happen to us.
Right, yeah,
we're crushing them. It's like tomorrow.
We would do that. We would do that.
Hey, guess what?
I can see that happening.
I don't know how. Actually, I don't know if we're going down this road tonight. But let's do it. Steve Kerr. How do you name your son Nick?
There's no fucking way you just asked.
I swear to God, that's unbelievable. Like, there's no way you're not in that hospital room, like chuckling, knowing what you're doing.
He wasn't thinking.
Which is Steve Kerr.
He just wasn't thinking.
That tells you all you need to know about the guy. Like, poor Kuminga is like the most unimportant guy in the universe. And the second there's an injury, no matter where, it's like, please come in and give me 30 points. I know I haven't played you in 5 months. Please go get me 30. It's like
yet he's untouchable in trades.
Yeah,
they won't be able.
This summer they wouldn't trade him for anybody.
Yeah.
If they traded him, we would have never gotten Paul George. So they screwed us. I never thought about that until right now.
Yeah.
What?
He would have been, because Paul George wanted to go to Golden State, and the only way they could do that was for him to trade for him, but they wouldn't give up Kuminga, and that was it.
And yet the guy doesn't sniff minutes until someone. It makes no sense.
So now we have Paul George because they wouldn't trade Kuminga.
And now Kuminga's just begging to play, and then he finally does play, and they expect him to score like 20 a night, and if he doesn't, he has no role. But he didn't play for 3 months, so it's like, go get me 20 a night. I know you haven't played. It's so weird. I don't know. Is that true? He lost a bet with Michael Jordan?
No, but I feel like that's somewhat believable. I could feel like MJ could do some shit like that.
I take bets all the time. So, I mean, if we're talking about gambling and Michael Jordan, they go hand in hand.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah, I mean, that actually kind of makes sense. Because that's the only way.
It's just stupid enough to be believable.
It really is. Imagine telling your kid, like, yeah, I named you this because I lost a bet to the GOAT.
Yeah, I'd be like, that's great, Dad. Thanks. Play better next time.
That's great, Dad. Thanks. I just got jumped on the way to school.
I mean, sound to that.
It's ruined my life.
Yeah, I mean, if you say it's slow enough, you're okay. Say it's real slow. Don't get.
Yeah, we're talking cafeteria.
Yeah, just good solid load, right? Don't load fast. Don't load fast. We'll do full circle.
2 heartbeats.
What it is.
2 heartbeats.
Ask the great Manny Ramirez. Ask some of the greats. It's go. I know we're out of Luke's league right here. You know what I mean? Luke's feel like he's in calculus class. Calculus 58.
Tommy, you'll feel old on this one because the other guys probably won't. But did you see that the third fielder kid made his pro debut the other day? Maybe yesterday or today. So Prince's son.
Is he a unit?
Yes, he hit it. First ball, it was a home run.
Yeah, right, 700 feet.
Swung just like Prince. One knee on the ground. So Cecil's grandson made his pro debut. Yeah.
Wide.
Yeah, definitely.
Same body structure here.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Not as big.
Not a little bit more tuned.
Yeah, a little bit more.
A little tighter.
Dude, imagine being that toilet in that household. My God.
Oh my God.
I mean,
oh my Lord.
Chipotle. No wonder they jump started.
I'm pretty sure I saw him.
We're giving credit to Chipotle jump starting for the Fielder family. Is that what just happened? And it was 1 o'clock in the morning. Like we
got to shut it down.
Hey, you know what happened? Because of Cecil Prince, Chipotle, like, the food that made America. Like that's what we're gonna do. Hey,
God, dude.
It's just like, jeez, I can't imagine being the cleaning ladies going in to clean that toilet every week. Oh my God, just 3 units.
Unit up.
Just spraying it. Just spraying all fields. Just spraying all fields.
Does anyone remember Elian Gonzalez? I know Greg and Tom will. Dude was 18 playing in the Little League World Series. No, I don't remember that one.
I thought Elian was a different person. I thought that was Danny Almonte.
Almonte was like 48.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going to get jumped for this, but I feel like the Little League World Series is such a sheep event. If you pack the couch to watch that, like maybe towards the end, but like, come on.
Who's packing the couch?
That's a flip it on. Like that's a flip it on. That's not a.
I've gone the last 2 years. It's right here. There's like nothing around here. It's the only thing they got around here, and it's all right. It's pretty cool to like sit in the back. It's like
I almost made it. I mean,
like no, I guess going would be cool, but like if you're like,
I mean,
Yeah.
I've only go to the
ESPN
World.
app.
I'm not sitting out there watching,
You
you
did
know, the
it.
first round or whatever.
I'm joking with you. I said, well, you didn't.
I didn't. No, definitely didn't.
Appreciate the drop in. You were close.
I mean, I'm with you though. I mean, that's kind of.
You started to drive up there at an exit early, but
Yep, I had to get off because we didn't get it.
I almost invested in Microsoft.
I think we were 2 wins away.
Yeah, I could have created an app. All close.
Yeah, I had to get off in Bethlehem and PA. You know, couldn't make it all the way to this sport. Jesus Christ.
Dynamite drop in at 1. I was close. Let me tell you a story.
We almost made it.
I mean, if my aunt
I
had
was
Stern,
there.
she's close to being my uncle.
Yeah, we were Danny Amonte away. Yeah, we were Danny Amonte away. Everybody was though too. But no, I mean, like I wouldn't pack the couch to watch it.
No,
Like Hawaii, USA, giddy up. Like, nah, I mean, I'll watch it though. Like I enjoy those rounds. Like when we get to the World Series, like literally get there, then I'll watch it.
Yeah,
Well, I'm not
if it's on and you're surfing, yeah, you stop by.
Yeah,
You stop by
yeah.
for a little bit, right? But I'm not packing. There's some kids that pack the couch for that. Not kids.
Well,
but there's some people, adults that pack the couch.
Adults are packing couches.
Couch.
For that. I worked at a restaurant. I seen it all. dude.
Couches.
Well, I think
They're
some
freaking-
people love alcohol so much
yeah,
that they
that's
find
why
they find
that's why we're
any
there.
excuse.
That's why we go there. Yeah,
I hate people like that, dude. They're the worst.
the worst. The worst.
Well, hey, man, what else could you watch at 12 o'clock on a July 30th afternoon? You know,
Well, here's Rory McIlroy
Oh yeah, I got
going
no
for
time that.
birdie.
I think that's like the boringest thing in the country.
Yeah, I could. I like playing it,
Uh,
but watching it, it's like, oh my god.
I don't like doing either. I like driving the cart, putting.
You like playing it, Tom? I feel like you got a nice little.
I'm a cutter. I'm a slice. I'm a Tommy Slicey. You get big.
I'll
pop.
fix you up, Tom. I can fix
Big
it.
pop.
I can fix it.
You can't.
I feel
Trust me.
targeted.
Can't
You
fix
maybe
it.
I feel
could.
targeted.
I love golf. I love watching it. I love
You
watching
guys,
golf.
you guys do nothing for
I
me.
feel targeted.
Makes sense. You guys.
I love golf.
You know what I mean? It's what we fucking do. out
You
there.
can't tell me
Well,
you didn't watch the Masters on Sunday and just
Nope.
enjoy that electric television. That
Absolutely
was
not.
phenomenal
I was-
television.
Electric.
rather-
No, the
It
end of it
was.
was cool.
It was. It was
I'd rather
I
amazing.
coach-
hated that.
I
I
would
hated
rather
Rory
coach-
winning.
I'd rather coach
Absolutely hated Rory
4-year-old
winning.
I'd rather coach 4-year-old travel baseball than have to sit through that. You
We get because you got a Vlad Jr. I would coach Vlad Jr. too.
True. He's got the batting gloves. Head
You get the
down.
discount at Chipotle.
Just head down. Every swing he takes. I'm looking at my kid like,
Where you at, Cat? Come on, bud.
You're drawing
did-
circles.
Lock in, will you?
A lot of kids didn't hit it. On the underhand, Cass does hit it, so we're good. I just need contact. You know what I mean? We can do a lot of things with contact.
It makes
Yeah,
$300 million being a
You gotta go out
contact
there,
player,
make sure you
apparently.
got a circle to stand in there, Tom.
I don't need to be flat. I'm not going to ask you to be him. Let Guerrero and them do what they do, right? We're going to be you, right? But that is enjoyable to watch. Got to make that clear. It's a good time. Good time, Cass. See him drive balls to freaking the outfield. He hit one on the road, I think. I was like, where the heck? I'm like, woo. All parents like, whoa. I say, yeah. Could have told you when he walked up. Could have answered that question for you. Guerrero plus batting gloves. Giddy up. Right? Like, last name on the back of their jersey. Mom speaking Spanish. Sign me up. Sign me up. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, I got that. I'll be a great scout. Pick that out of 4. Might have to get him an international signing bonus now. Like,
Get him a translator now.
Like, go give me. I'll be hired by the Phillies tomorrow. Got your 4-year-old. The developmental program. Oh, might tell the
You got
family, come over
NIL?
here.
Get us some
I'm like,
NIL
that-
money.
I might tell the family come over here for free. You know what I mean? We'll play him 8U next year just for free. At 5. Just matching. Play him 8 years old. 8U for 3 years. Just crushing the competition. 3 straight years.
Coaches
8U.
that recycle would be like, did we see this kid last year?
Yeah,
And the
he
year
did.
before that?
Yep, he was 5 when he started. And he was wearing you out. Yeah, they're gonna be walking guys at 8U. Put them on.
Kids throwing 65 at 8.
Mowing. Yeah, I don't understand I just I can't. Like, You know what I mean? Like,
I don't love it, but the Masters was fun. It was good.
Yeah, like I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to sit there and watch. Just like tomorrow, I'm not going to go and sit there and watch a Friday round of the Truist, even though it is in Philly. It is in Philly, but I'm not going to sit there and watch that. Right?
Like watching
that
putt
is impressive.
was awesome. And
that's all I've heard on. That's all I've heard on.
Watching what?
Radio.
Watching
watching
the
who?
first putt that he choked, like Rory, but obviously he won. But
that was the best part of the weekend was him choking.
Yeah,
the worst part was him winning.
I
was literally watching.
Well, I was watching
Clippers no way
Warriors.
To do this again.
I just fell asleep by you guys talking about.
Yeah, I was watching that. I was watching that.
I was watching Clippers Warriors. Whoever won made the playoffs, and whoever didn't made the play-in. And then all of a sudden, as soon as that game ended, it went to overtime. I got a Twitter notification. It was like Adam Schefter. It was like, "Wow, Masters overtime, whatever the hell it was." It was like electric. And I turned it on, and I saw the final round. I saw everything I needed to see. That's all I watched.
Turns out the team that lost is moving on. The team that won is screwed.
I'll say this: I understand people liking it and playing it for sure. Because if I was good at it, I'm a fantastic putter. I'll putt everybody here. But if I enjoyed it, right, because if I was decent at it, then I'd be all in. But I don't have the patience for slow like that.
Well,
right?
Yeah.
Like different strokes for different folks on this one. So then the game
is crazy because you're a baseball guy.
Yeah, it doesn't mean.
Yeah.
That's why A2D isn't making millions, because I'm not going to smooze you on the golf course. Hey, come play 9 with me, Bill. Let me take care of you as I'm fucking slicing balls out of somebody's house. You know what I mean?
Those people are the worst. Like I've climbed my share of backyards.
I know my roles, right? I know my roles. Like I've
climbed my share of backyards. Those people are the worst. Like you hop the fence real quick, you grab your ball, you hop the fence, they want to scream. I'm like, you bought a house on a golf course.
Just leave the ball.
You bought it. If it's a tall fence, absolutely not. But if when it's just like little, like
not when you buy them, buy them used. Foundgolfballs.com.
Hey, Greg will watch your balls.
$3 instead of $6. All right.
Yeah.
All right, how about this? The no fence. Like, come on. You run in, you grab your ball, you run out.
I use a whole sleeve. Like I'm just slicing and going. Like that might have went in their living room. That's in their pool. Might have hit their dog in the forehead. Right? Like it's a nightmare. So I'm like, I could kill somebody, so I just know my role. I just stay off that. I'm better right-handed. It's crazy. I'm a better driver right-handed. Because I get baseball-y and I get hand. I love the hand. I can't just fucking stay stiff as a fucking. I can't do it. I just don't understand. I just blew my whole back out. I don't even know what we're doing here. Like, I have no idea how Greg swings it the way he does. Like Greg's a good driver. I'll give him credit where it's due. You know what I mean? I'll putt his ass all day. You know what I mean?
See, I'm the opposite of you, Tom. I could putt, or I could drive, and I could chip wherever the hell I want. I could pinpoint it like a freaking. I'll putt it 8 times. I could have it right next to the hole. I'll 8-putt. It doesn't even matter. I'm a mini golf. I'm a mini golf running you for your money. Like I'm a mini golf. We're doing the practices. I'm missing on purpose. And you're like, you want to put 25 on it? I'm like, yeah, I love to. Right? And then you're like, what happened here? Guy was fucking 10 under par. What the hell happened here? Because I'll just wear you out.
Got bamboozled. I just got bamboozled at the pirate
putter.
chip.
I'm a good putter because you can be a little handsy there if you want to. Right? You can be a little handsy. It's probably frowned upon in the PGA world. Right? But are
you putting off the green? Like if you're like 10 feet from the green, are you putting it? Are you not chipping?
No, I don't even play it anymore like that.
I was gonna say the Texas wedge.
I'll just
Ryan?
throw when we drive up there, I'll just throw my ball onto the green and I'll putt it. The furthest away. Where do I want to putt from? What shot do I want to make today for TV? Right? And I gave up on the extra. Is it fair? Fair to say?
Yeah.
I'd rather go play 18 at mini golf with you than go out for that day. It's just like driving around. Here we are. Let's wait for this guy to putt it. Let's wait for this guy to swing it. We gotta wait 25 minutes. I gotta get his ball and like Greg's walking courses.
No, God no.
No, okay. Walking courses.
God no. Why would you walk a course?
I don't know.
Yeah,
People have done it.
Yeah, I see.
No, I know people
Anybody-
do it. I make fun of those people.
Unless you're getting paid to golf.
This ain't the PGA
Right? There's
Tour.
no way you should walk a golf course.
It's just hard to get my.
Golf courses should even let you know when it's cart path only, because I'm not even playing that. You got to walk across the whole other side of the fairway. Like, I can't just drive.
Yeah,
Come on.
I'll say.
Plus,
this
we're down
too.
here in Florida. We can take these carts anywhere.
I watch golf. I've been around.
I hate
I've
the
been
carts
around
with the
golf.
GPS. Oh, I hate the GPS.
Yeah, especially the ones where it just like starts fucking beeping if you
Oh,
go
yeah,
like,
and they
don't get
geofencing?
off. It's
Oh,
the
yeah.
worst.
Yeah,
The
they
Like
worst.
stop.
Wedgewood up north. I hate that
Yeah,
course.
I played there a couple weeks ago. It's where my brother wanted to play. I fucking hate that place. It sucks.
They're so expensive, too. And the course
for
isn't
no
even
reason.
really that good.
Yeah, for no reason. That's why I don't play there. I went and played the Vineyard last week for the same price, and the Vineyard's so much nicer.
I haven't played there.
Yeah.
I'll be up in June for a week. We'll have to go out, right?
Sounds good. Let me know.
Giddy up. Giddy up. Carve it up, boys.
Greg, you see number 1 in the preseason ranking?
Greg's going to be trying to
No.
take on the
We are, baby. Let's go.
the
Is
drink
it?
girl.
Are they number 1?
Yeah, yeah. Number 1.
Oh, I love Clarkwood's Clark Girl. Absolutely.
Oh, I know you heard me. I didn't know if you heard
Oh,
me.
yeah.
Yeah.
All I had to hear you say was pretty girl. I knew exactly what you were talking about.
Yeah, you were. Yep.
We get on first name basis real quick with the Clark Girl.
Sure you
Real
do.
quick. I
Sure
want her
you
to
do.
make sure she keeps coming around.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, for sure.
Rightfully so.
I'm a BYOB guy. I just a person.
No, I got a nice
you-
little
you
sleeve.
be a
Goes in your
backpack.
bag. It's got 7 beers in it. It's great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know
you
what? You guys lose me
You bring
because
your golf bag.
this is why I'm not a golfer. You want to know why?
Why?
Because I don't drink beer. I think beer's disgusting. I'll drink something
Really?
hard all day. I'll drink it on something hard all day. But I can't do. And so
Full
like if
JT
I
shooter.
yeah, like I can do like I'll
That's what I'll
do.
bring to the course.
You give me a
Good
cranberry
boy
and vodka.
vodkas, they're dangerous.
If you give me if you give me some like I like surf sides, I like state sides. There's a bunch of different
Surf
ones
sides
I
are good.
like.
Most courses have those now.
No,
Yeah,
like
they
I'll
do.
drink those, but you can't. Like, if I go drink 8 of those, right? Like, you drink 8 beers.
You still
I don't know. I might fall asleep on the 18th. So like by the time we get there, we just ran through. Like I can't. I got too much going on. I can't be.
See, that's the point. That's the whole point of golf. Is like everything slows down. Life just stops for a couple hours. You get to just relax and chill.
Yeah.
Every Tuesday morning,
to your
it's a
point there,
glorious
Tom,
time.
I'm not. I'll bring a 6-pack. I'm not finishing the 6-pack. I don't get like hammered. I'll have like 1 or 2, maybe a cigar if I'm feeling wise. If it's like a nice course and I'm with
Love
like
a cigar.
yeah, I'm not even a big
they're-
smoker, but like if I'm golfing and it's a nice course and I'm with people I never see, I'll spark a cigar.
Yep.
I got no problem on the golf course. You know, sparking a lot of things, but
Yeah,
you know, what I
There
mean?
it
But
is. Let's go. I'm all
Yeah,
out for that.
you know, it's where it went in Rome, as you like to say, as the Romans used to say, went in Rome, and that's all we're doing. Golf course is a great time. Like I enjoy the golf course. I've watched golf plenty. My dad likes watching it. So I've watched it plenty growing up. It just some things will draw your attention, and you guys are right. The Masters absolutely draw you in on the final day, even more so, right? And especially when you're going OT and you got overtime, it's always thrilling. Okay, but golf to me has always been the money sport. You got more money than everybody, and
I mean, yeah,
everybody's
dude,
got
it's like $5 a ball.
yeah, it's
Insane. Yeah,
it's been a bougie.
ridiculous.
It's bougie to me. It's a bougie sport. So maybe that's where like watching it. Like I always tell people I don't have enough time to watch everything. You know what I mean? You know, I can't be well versed in the world. I got to pick and choose when I'm watching. I'm with so much time in the day.
Yeah.
So I'm going to attack the 4 majors.
That's why you
Like,
need a couple
say-
TVs.
The 4 made that was I don't know if he did that on purpose, but that was fun.
Felt good.
Yeah, the 4 majors.
Yeah, well, Greg's got 75 TVs in one room You know, and it's like they fucking Xfinity Live in his bedroom. You know what I mean? And this is what he gets. So, I mean, I'm a great flipper. I like flipping around, but I can't have 14 TVs. My ADD would not allow that to happen. All over. So, but I do like a red zone for sure. But yeah, Goff is Goff. Why are we still talking? All right. Anybody got anything on the way out here?
Home Phils.
No, scheduled loss for the Phils tomorrow. I can't get a sweep, but they look good.
Yeah, they gotta get a sweep tomorrow. It's where you gotta throw the hammer down.
Yeah, but it's Jesus. If it was anybody but Jesus, I'm waiting on a scheduled loss.
Jesus.
But it's Jesus. Jesus wins.
Yeah.
Jesus wins.
Jesus does win. You're right.
Jesus wins.
Cool.
Take a sweep tomorrow.
And that ballpark is a bandbox. Like,
yeah, right. Don't settle. This is what I'm talking about. You just settled in. You were comfortable with it. You let your brain tell you that you're good with that. Absolutely not. Go finish the job. Because I love series wins. I'm not bougie about it. Like, ooh, right. But when you're putting your foot on somebody's throat, especially in a series, go take the kill shot. You know what I mean? Go
Ryan's point, though, they get so complacent with series wins. That's all they care about.
Yeah, I mean, they've won 8 out of 10.
I care about it, too. But
they won 8 out of their last 10. It's like, again, not much
matters.
Really about it,
How many of those were sweeps?
None of them.
None.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we get, like, Rob Thompson, Harper, that they always say it in their post-game interviews. Like, they're just complacent with series wins. That's all they care about. Like, well, we're just trying to win the series. You stack series wins, then you have a good year. They're not wrong, but they get so complacent with it. They never go for the kill shot. They get way too comfortable.
Tomorrow,
how do you win 8 straight series? Or how do you win 8 out of 10 series? And you don't sweep any of them. We play like the Nationals. Like, I don't know. It's just crazy.
I don't know. Side note, SJM, I grew up literally right next to Merchantville. Dude, I used to go putt on those greens for fun when I was a kid.
Yeah, see, like I'm saying back in the day, like I'm 50 years old, but there used to not be cameras everywhere. Like we used to go to Indian Springs for like fireworks and like 4th of July and stuff like that, and you would just play the back nine. There was no cameras, no one's kicking you off.
It's a night.
So we would just play.
Like Sandlot.
Yeah,
a little Sandlot action.
Glow in the dark.
A little
literally
night action with the fireworks.
Oh, we had our glow sticks. You name it.
You never watched.
What is that?
Who?
You never Sandlot?
You broke up. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I know
you didn't react to the night game like somebody who had watched it. You got a little nervous.
We had our glow sticks.
The hoodie on the bench started to make a little bit more sense now.
Yeah, it does.
I can't. The best part is I'm like Tom's sitting there drinking a Wawa refresher. I'm like, you walk around with that refresher at game day? He's like, it's different, and he's right, but it's so funny. He's like, it's different. I'm like, well, I went to the same place. We got it at the same place. I
tied my shoes the same way you did this morning. Oh my God! Let's get out of here. 2 in the morning.
Let's go.
A2D Wednesday nights. We love y'all. We're out.